At Coletco for part 2 of tonight's live Facebook record sale. When you're on and watching, be sure to let us know. We are live and we're going to get started in just a moment here. Just a moment. Any moment. Let everybody get on. Start saying hi as soon as you're on so I know that people are on at least. Let's see here. All right, I see some waving hands. Looks like we're live. Let's see here. Part 2. Bring us back a Frosty. No Frosties. No Frosties. Sorry. I'd even get one myself. Let's see here. All right, so we're in the back and we're going to start doing some Buy It Now Best Offer. If you're just hopping on, we're going to go through some records. We're going to move this cart around everywhere. I got a few more auctions too. I left those up front, but I'll go grab them in just a second. Heck, we might pull stuff out of here and auction it. But what I really want y'all to do is to buy records, of course. That's why we're here. So let's do this in just a second. Did I miss an autograph Slayer in the first auction? Autograph Slayer. Nope. We had an autograph Slayer like a year ago. Unless you were watching a really old auction. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see here. Let me figure out how I want to do this. Let me turn the camera this way and see how it looks. I usually have the monitor to my left. There we go. I like that angle better. Now it's just like I'm up front. So let me move these up front and we'll see what we have in here. We'll do this bin, then we'll jump around to another one and all kinds of different stuff. Yeah, the Japanese stuff is right up front. I'll do that in just a second. Let me go ahead and start getting this shared everywhere. Let me go first here to our main pages page and get it shared in the group. So there we go. Let me go ahead. I'm not going to share it everywhere else. Just going to show it here in a whole lot of records. And where else? Let's go copy link. Let me go to that post I was at and hit paste. And I'll go ahead and delete our old Instagram story and put up the new Instagram story. So let me delete there. Delete from both. What has 23? Let's see. What was that? 23 likes. Oh, that's some reels and stuff. Okay. Let's put up a new story. I need to go to YouTube though and get the new link. There we have it. Share and copy link, and let's add that here, and we'll go here, link, and live now. Now I know y'all can't buy anything till I start showing stuff first, right? All right, so let's do that right now. Okay. Oh, great. Signed out of our chat. Maybe this will log me in. I don't think that's the right password. Let me change this right quick. All right. Let's see here. Do you have reels? None that I can get to right now. All right, let's go through a few things and see what we have here. So everything's Buy It Now Best Offer. We have Willie Nelson, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Boy, this crate's been stubborn. I think this is one of those we have that was made uneven. Willie Nelson, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, $14.99. If you haven't already, please go ahead and reshare this feed. These are all Buy It Now Best Offer. Elvis sings his hits from movies. Elvis is $9.99, sings his hits from movies. Donna Summer, $9.99 for Donna Summer. I believe that's a self-titled record. Yeah, Donna Summer, self-titled, $9.99. Like I said, these are all Buy It Now Best Offer. These are going to be a little slippery. Dan Fogelberg, that looks a little weird because that is a what press? Philippines. A Philippines pressing of the Innocent Age. $14.99, 2LP. Don't know if I've seen too many Philippine Dan Fogelberg records. Richie Havens, Alarm Clock. $19.99 for Richie Havens, Alarm Clock. And Graham Parker and the Rumor, Stick It To Me, $9.99. I think Troy Robinson said he'd give $9.99 for Dan, and Shepard Michael wants the Donna Summer. So those are both sold to Troy and Shepard. Thank y'all. We had some Dan, Donna. Here's Diana. Diana Ross. Diana Ross, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? $9.99. The Lovin' Spoonful, Everything Playing. $12.99. The Lovin' Spoonful. And another Diana Ross. This is $9.99. This one's called Ross. I know Shepard Michael wants this one first. So Shepard, you get that one. There's another one there if you want it as well. Shepard says he'll take that one as well. Both Diana Ross, so does Shepard Michael. Another Graham Parker, Heat Treatment. $9.99 for a Graham Parker Heat Treatment. Traffic. Haven't seen this Traffic album in a while. This one's called Last Exit. Last Exit, Traffic, $19.99 for some Traffic. Delaney and Bonnie's in Shrink Wrap. Delaney and Bonnie and Friends on tour of Eric Clapton. That cover is in Shrink Wrap. It's on the Atco label, $34.99. Denise Harrison, you were also on a DR comment. And if that was Diana Ross, those have already been spoken for. Those have already been spoken for. Bonnie Tyler, Notes from America. Notes from America. Bonnie Tyler is $14.99. Bonnie Tyler. Donovan. The Pie History of British Pop Music series, Donovan, with a promotion copy DJ sticker on the front, $9.99. I see Universal Soldier and Catch the Wind. This is a Donovan compilation, $9.99. If you just joined us, these are also all Buy It Now Best Offer. Mickey Newberry, I Came to Hear the Music. Mickey Newberry is $19.99. And the Doobie Brothers, Living on the Fault Line, $14.99. The Doobie Brothers, Living on the Fault Line, $14.99. Very clean copy. Whoop, Jimi Hendrix flew out of my hands. Jimi Hendrix, The Essentials, Volume 2, $34.99. $34.99. Hey Joe, Fire, Foxy Lady, Wind Cries Mary, I Don't Live for Today, Crosstown Traffic. Those are all excellent tracks. Wild Thing, Machine Guns, Star Spangled Banner. That's The Essential, Jimi Hendrix Volume 2, $34.99. Greg Kihn Band, Continued, $14.99 for Greg Kihn Band, Continued. The Vintage Years of Dale Shannon, $19.99. The Vintage Years of Dale Shannon, that's a 2LP compilation, $19.99. Another Jimi Hendrix comp, another great one, Smash Hits. The vinyl is Near Mint Minus, Smash Hits, $34.99. If you're looking for some Hendrix comps, short for compilations, they're in there. Three Dog Night, Golden Biscuits is a VG Plus, $14.99. We also have The Beginnings, Allman Brothers. Hadn't had one of these in a while. This is a VG copy. Beginnings is the first two Allman Brothers band. So this is the first Allman Brothers album, and disc 2 is the second Allman Brothers album, which is called Idlewild South. This is a 2-in-1 packaging. If I can get this to go back in the sleeve. There's disc 2. This is a very clean looking VG for just $14.99. Very clean looking VG for just $14.99. That's so to Sherry Darnell. Ray Toff said he'd give $9.99 for the Dale Shannon. Ray, I will sell this to you. That would be a half off price at $9.99. This is also a white label promo. I will sell that to you for $14.99, Ray Toff. I'll split the difference with you on that one. Jay Giles Bloodshot. This is a VG copy for $9.99 on Atlantic Records. Jay Giles Bloodshot. New Brubeck Quartet, live in Montreux. New Brubeck Quartet is $19.99. We have The Best of James and Bobby. Purify, The Best of James and Bobby, $24.99. Best of James and Bobby. Kansas, 2 for the Show. This is a live Kansas concert, 2LP with the original inner sleeves, $34.99. And please don't hesitate to make any offers on these. As you see, we have not made a deal on anything yet. We're going to sell Ray Toth, the Dale Shannon, for $15. That's sold to Dale Shannon. And Bruce Coburn, Further Adventures of Bruce Coburn. That's $9.99. Lord of the Highway, Joe Eli. This is $19.99. Lord of the Highway, Joe Eli, $19.99. And Head East, Onward and Upward. Don't see that one too often from Head East. Onward and Upward, $19.99. ELO, A New World Record. Tightrope, great track. Telephone Line, Rockeria, Mission, Do Ya, Living Things, So Fine, $19.99 on ELO, A New World Record. Super clean with the original inner sleeve. Jeff McMaster wants Head East. You want everything on this side?
Yeah, that'll work.
All right, there's Head East for $16 to Jeff, and Ray Toth got Del Shannon for $15. The Rolling Stones, their Santanic Majesty's Request, gatefold, blue London Serio. It's not a lenticular. It is a very nice copy, though, if you don't have one of these. That is a repress, but it's a vintage copy from the 70s, $34.99, maybe late 60s. John Denver's in shrink wrap Spirit. John Denver is $9.99. That's in shrink wrap, and Blondie. Parallel Lines, a 1978 original Terre Haute press, $44.99. It has the hop sticker that contains the uncensored long version of the hit single Heart of Glass, uncensored. I believe there's a curse word in Heart of Glass. That's why this says this is uncensored. They used to bleep that out on the airwaves. Let me see if we have it here on the lyrics. I'm not going to say it, but I remember hearing that. Let's see here. I'm curious. Let's see. I know I've heard it before. Sometimes I've heard the censored version, but yeah. I think it's just ASS, right? I don't think it's that bad of a word, but yeah, I'll spell it for you. It's ASS. Okay, that's sold to Pamela Yeager. That's sold to Pamela Yeager for $40. Chris Kirkley says he'll give $12 for the Brubeck. Brubeck, that's the new Brubeck Quartet. That is sold to Chris Kirkley for $12. Sell that to Chris Kirkley. Pamela got Blondie for $14. Denise, you were second on Blondie. And Pamela, if I hadn't already said sold, I would have asked you to pay $5 more, but that's already been sold to you. And the Pink Floyd has already sold. Chris, I already sold that. Sorry. Okay, you got to buy them when you see them. Great records like Pink Floyd don't stick around to. There's some great records still left in here. If you just joined us, we're in the back doing on-sale vintage. We're in the back part of the store. It looks a little bit different. Let me pan up the camera. There's vintage records. There's our toys and comic books booth. There's some stereo equipment, supplies, books, airplanes, toys, cassettes. And over here, we're going to go down the line here. All these vintage LPs, and if you could just see what's behind me, it's pretty overwhelming, which we'll show in just a second. Let's go through these one more time. These are all buy it now. All buy it now best offer. Japanese. Tanner, if you get a second, the Japanese crate that's by the front door that has a few things left, the Japanese crate by the front door, I'll take those for auctions. I'll get some Japanese auctions going one more second. So, these are all buy it now best offer. Willie Nelson, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, $14.99. We have Elvis Sings Hits from the Movies, $9.99. Richie Havens Alarm Clock, $19.99. Graham Parker and the Rumor, Stick It To Me. Graham Parker, that was $9.99. Lovin' Spoonful was $12.99. Graham Parker Heat Treatment. We have Traffic Last Exit, that was $19.99. Delaney and Bonnie in Shrink Wrap. Near Mint, OG, $34.99. Bonnie Tyler was $14.99. Donovan, $9.99. Mickey Newberry, also Doobie Brothers, Living on the Fault Line, $14.99. Hendrix, $34.99. Surprised no one made an offer on that one. Greg Ken, another Hendrix compilation. Chris Gardner said he'd give $8 for Elvis. Sell that to Chris Gardner for $8. Jay Giles Bloodshot, James and Bobby Purify. Live Kansas, 2 for the show. Bruce Coburn. Also, Joe Eli still got ELO. Who will give me $15 for it? I've got it marked $19.99. Surely somebody wants that. And a nice Rolling Stone Santanic Majesty's Request. And John Denver is Near Mint and Shrink Wrap. Okay, I don't know if I should go back or go over here to the next crate. Let's go to the ones to the back of this. Also, buy one, get one free. I'll sell both Graham Parkers for $10 if anybody wants those. Both Graham Parkers for $10. That's a buy one, get one free. The hits on ELO are Tightrope. Well, I like the whole album. This is an incredible album. You should just go ahead and buy it, Brian. But the hits are Telephone Line, Rockaria, definitely Do Ya, Living Things, So Fine. Great album there. Thomas says he'll take the Graham Parkers. Tanner, sell those for $5 and $5. Sell those for $5 and $5. All right, what I'm going to do, it's kind of harder to reach back here to these. These bins are a lot deeper than crates. So let me make sure I want to go through these. Yeah, we'll go through these. Let me move these back here. Sell Thomas Bowman, Willie Nelson for $10. And we're just waiting for Brian Ligon that says, I'll take ELO for $15. It just popped up. Sell that to Brian Ligon for $15. Now, the I cannot believe it didn't sell would probably be the Rolling Stones. No offers on Kansas. And then there's 2 Jimi Hendrix comps. I'll go ahead and tell you my best price on them. If anybody wants either 2 of these. We auctioned one of these off for more than $25 the other night. I've got 2 different Hendrix comps here. This is missing the bonus 45, I think. Let me take a look. But $25 on either one of these. $25. This is actually a later label. I don't see that label for this as often. That's that reprise label from like the late 80s. That is near mint. 25 on that and 25 on Smash Hits. And I'm pretty close to 35 on Santanic Majesty's Request. And Delaney and Bonnie was near mint and shrink wrap. Their music's always good. All right, let's go through this back crate here. I'll bring them up one at a time. Grand Funk, we're an American band. It is the gold vinyl complete with the sticker sheet. $39.99. That's gold vinyl with the sticker sheet. $39.99. Juice Newton's Greatest Hits. Her hit song Angel of the Morning is the first track. $9.99 for Juice Newton. John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band, Tough All Over. John Cafferty, $19.99. We have Brent McKinney saying he'll take funk, and Jeff McMaster made an offer. Jeff, I got somebody saying they'll pay $39.99 for it, Brent McKinney. So I'm going to sell that to Brent unless you want it for $39.99. That's totally up to you, though. The Pretenders. The Pretenders 2, $19.99 for the Pretenders 2. Live Jimmy Buffett, You Had to Be There. Sorry, this crate, this bin is like lopsided. I had these homemade, not the bin, and then this wood divider is very good. I'm glad I have this, otherwise it would be a disaster. Seth's dad, Michael, thank you, Michael, he made dividers for these bins. I had these made, and a couple of them are uneven. That's why they all slip down, so it's kind of frustrating sometimes. They would be really bad if Seth's dad, Michael, hadn't have made these dividers. So Jimmy Buffett, You Had to Be There, recorded live. This was $29.99. Jimmy Buffett recorded live. That's $29.99. These are all bought now, best offer. Leslie Holt said she'll take the Pretenders too. So give Brent McKinney the Grand Funk for sticker. Also, Leslie wants the Pretenders 2 for sticker. The Best of John Prine. Told y'all there's great records back here. Prine, The Best of John Prine, $34.99. Kansas was $34.99. Jeff, no problem. Thank you for letting me know. Ozark Mountain Daredevils, $14.99. Ozark Mountain Daredevils, $14.99. Moth the Hoople, it has a promo stripe on the front. Moth the Hoople is $19.99. Very clean vinyl. Not a promo label, but it does have the promo cover. J.J. Kell Troubadour, $34.99 for J.J. Kell Troubadour. Nice near mint record. No condition notes on that one. Don Ellis, Tears of Joy. Don Ellis is $19.99. These are all bought now, best offer. David Knopfler, Lips Against the Steel, $19.99. That's a full album. Gold stamp promo on the back, $19.99. Charlie Bird in shrink wrap, Birdland, Flying High with the trio, quartet, and quintet. That's an original Columbia 2i. The vinyl is near mint, and it's in shrink wrap, $19.99. Keep the Faith, another Ozark Mountain Daredevil, that's Black Oak, Arkansas. I may have called, who did I call this band earlier? Let's see here. I may have called somebody else the wrong name. This is the Ozark Mountain Daredevils. I don't know what I said earlier. That's the Ozark Mountain Daredevils, and this is Black Oak, Arkansas. I get those mixed up sometimes at quick glance. Black Oak, Arkansas, and Ozark Mountain Daredevils. 2 different bands there. Jeff McMaster said CB for $15. I believe that was for the Charlie Bird, right? Charlie Bird, that's sold to Jeff for $15. Is back where all the Waylams don't have their hiding. Yes, there's probably some Waylon Jennings albums back here. We have a couple country bins. Tanner has brought me the Japanese stuff. Haven't you? Yes. No? Is it back? Okay. I've got new Japanese auctions to get started in just a second. So Jeff got Charlie Bird for $15. Mark Fallon said Bird $15. Mark, you are a close second to that. And the Black Oak, Arkansas is called Keep the Faith. It has this flip open cover, $19.99. Manfred Mann's Earth Band, $19.99. Manfred Mann's Earth Band, $19.99. Red Polydor label, $19.99. This is about as close to virtual record shopping as you'll ever get. We're literally back here in the bins going through them just like you're in the store, but you're buying them from your bed or couch or recliner, or probably a lot of y'all are at work. The Kids Are All Right, The Who. Great Who compilation, VG condition, $19.99. It has the booklet with it. These are all bought now, best offer. Bachman Turner Overdrive, 4-wheel drive, VG Plus condition, $9.99. Spanky and Our Gang, I'd Like to Get to Know You. That has the poster with it. That's VG Plus, $19.99. Manfred Mann's Earth Band. Manfred Mann's Earth Band is $19.99. Red Polydor label. Lead Polydor label. Climax Blues Band. Climax Blues Band. EX This is $17.99. Climax Blues Band self-titled. That's on Sire. EX $17.99. Chatham, Mrs. Price. That was $34.99 on Kansas Live. $34.99. Another jazz record. This is the Dave Brubeck Quartet. The last time we saw Paris recorded live, VG Plus, $14.99. Denise Harrison says she'll take the BTO. Thomas Juice Newton didn't have any condition notes. Juice was near mint. Very nice copy. It's in a plastic bag sleeve. Probably the original based on that Capitol label from 1984. That is near mint for $9.99. Jeff McMaster said CBB for $13. CBB was Climax Blues Band. I'm going to go ahead and sell that to Jeff McMaster for $13. Thomas Bowman wants Juice Newton for sticker at $9.99. And J.J. Wilson offered $18 for Manfred Mann Band, $18. Let me pull that right here. Sell that to J.J. Wilson for $18. Okay, now there was a price on BO. Todd, that was $19.99. Okay, Association Birthday. The Association Birthday, that's a VG Plus, $9.99. Let me get these back where I had them. We've almost wiped out a whole bin back here. Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves, The Way of Love, Fire and Rain, He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. That is Cher. VG Plus, $14.99. Todd said he'd give $15 for the Black Oak, Arkansas. Keep the Faith. Sell that to Todd Tipton. The Fix, Shuttered Room. The Fix, Shuttered Room. That's a VG copy for $12.99. Leslie Holt on Cher. Sell that to Leslie Holt. Sugarloaf, Spaceship Earth. This is Sugarloaf albums to me have always been a challenge to find, especially in high grade. This one's not bad at VG Plus. Sugarloaf is VG Plus $19.99. James Taylor is VG Plus $9.99. And Herbie Mann Live at the Whiskey A Go-Go. Herbie Mann is EX $17.99. Tony Bennett and Count Basie, Strike Up the Band. Bennett and Basie, EX $14.99. Tony Bennett, rest in peace, and Count Basie. I do have new Japanese auctions. Let me go ahead and get them started. Let's do, let me see what I got here. Let's do a Paul McCartney, London Town, for just a $25 start. I'll go ahead and glance and show it to you, then I'll show it in details in just a second. That will be a $25 start. David, it's been found. There it is. We have Jeffrey DeLong on the Fix. We're going to sell that to Jeffrey DeLong, and Craig Johnson wants Tony Bennett and Count Basie. That's nice and shrink wrap. Tommy, thank you for that lead. I was contacted about that collection as soon as it became live. I had two different contacts in Dallas as soon as they found out. They actually knew that guy. There was a big record store. It's called Stevie Ray Vinyl. His lease expired on his building, and they didn't renew it, and he had to move out. And he pretty much, he didn't really have anything that I needed, and he sold a lot. He sold a lot of the new vinyl before I even could get him on the phone. But it was nothing really we was too interested in. I'm not big on buying store stock out, because if it's a store stock, to me that means probably somebody's already been through it, and customers have been through it. I'm really just looking for collections. Yeah, I saw that for sure. I had two people that I know in Texas call me as soon as they seen it too. We talked to them on the phone, but nothing we needed. So, yeah, Stevie Ray Vinyl. I'd never really heard of the place, but they say that was a big deal around the Dallas area. Stevie Ray, big Stevie Ray Vaughan collector too. So, all right, let's see. I'm just going to read titles. If you miss prices, let me know. So that crate started with, I think that crate started with John Cafferty. So John Cafferty, Jimmy Buffett, John Prine, Mott the Hoople, J.J. Cale, Don Ellis, David Knopfler. Now I'm getting myself confused. Ozark Mountain Daredevils, The Who, Spankin' Her Gang, Dave Brubeck Quartet, The Association, Sugarloaf, James Taylor, and Herbie Mann. Those are all bought and all best offer. I'm glad to see that our name is well known, because, or at least growing, when people see big collections. That's a good thing for me to see. It means a lot whenever I clicked on a post and 2 or 3 people had already said, have you contacted Collectco? And it was people I didn't know. It was people I had no idea who they are. They was like, have you contacted Collectco? They buy giant collections. That's what 2 different people said in the comments, and then one person just tagged us and said, you might want to contact these people. So I'm I think I'm glad to at least know people know about us and we buy that, and they know we buy huge collections. So that's that's what I want everybody to realize. So yes, we buy massive collections. We can show up and buy 50,000 albums if we need to. Paul McCartney and Wings. This is a $25 start. $25 start. We have the poster with it. Has the poster with it. The vinyl is near mint minus and pristine. I started this one maybe a little bit too low. It has the Japanese insert with it, and it has the original inner sleeve. It has just a little bit of discoloration, just a little bit of a stripe right across the top, and you can see it on the front. Other than that, it's complete. We already have a $25 bid with Thomas Hujar, and Henry's Choice also bid $25. Thomas was actually in first. If anybody else needs any prices in there, let me know. Let's go on to the next bin. These are all buy it now best offer. The Kinks, one for the road. The Kinks is $24.99, one for the road. Gordon Lightfoot, Shadows, that's in shrink wrap, no condition notes on the vinyl. Near mint minus, $19.99. The Songs of Christofferson, Chris Christofferson, $14.99. The Songs of Christofferson. My Labors, Nick Gravenights, that is a 1969 Terre Haute, $44.99. My Labors, Nick Gravenights, $44.99. Bachman Turner Overdrive 2. This one has their hit song Taking Care of Business, $14.99. What year is the Kinks? One More from the Road came out in 1980. That is $24.99. No condition notes on it. Looks like a VG Plus cover with a little bit of writing there on the corner. The Animals Greatest Hits Live, $19.99. The Animals Greatest Hits Live. Gary U.S. Bonds, the best of Gary U.S. Bonds, $19.99. Pamela Wants Bachman Turner Overdrive. Paul McCartney's at $25 with Thomas Hujar, going once, going twice. Henry's Choice, you're out. I'm going to sell that for $25 if there's not another bid pretty soon. The Spinners Grand Slam, $14.99 on the Spinners. Donna Summer, Bad Girls, that is $14.99, 2 LP, and it has a gold stamp promo on the back. Donna Summer, Bad Girls. The Supremes, Live at the Copa. Very cool, Live Supremes. That's $12.99 for the Supremes. Tiger, very interesting. It's in shrink wrap, $19.99 for Tiger. Shaved Fish, John Lennon. Shaved Fish, this is John Lennon, Plastic Ono Band, a John Lennon hits compilation, U.S. Press, $24.99. Denise Harrison wants DS, which is Donna Summer. That's so to Denise Harrison. Thank you. George Benson, Shape of Things to Come. $19.99 for George Benson, Shapes of Things to Come. Bonnie Tyler, Faster Than the Speed of Night. Bonnie Tyler is $9.99. Status Quo is in shrink wrap. It's on Vertigo as well, $34.99. Status Quo Live. Status Quo Live. This is a 2 LP Vertigo pressing, $34.99. Thomas Henry's Choice has bid $26, so you're out. Paul McCartney's at $26. Steve Miller Band, Living in the USA. Steve Miller Band, $19.99. Richard Torrance, Double Take. Richard Torrance is $14.99. Bob Dylan, Saved. Bob Dylan Saved. No condition notes on this. It looks like a very clean copy. Also has the original inner sleeve. $34.99 on Bob Dylan. Gordon Lightfoot, East of Midnight. $19.99. So 2 Lightfoot albums in here. Steppenwolf Monster is $19.99. Steppenwolf Monster. Jason and the Scorchers, still standing. Jason and the Scorchers is $19.99. John Cougar Mellencamp. That is $19.99. John Cougar Mellencamp. Joni Mitchell, Dog Eat Dog. That's also $19.99. Thomas is backing on Paul McCartney at $27. These are all buy it now best offer. Spirit, Jay Ferguson, Ed Cassidy, John Locke, Mark Andes, and Randy California. Spirit is $29.99. Spirit is $29.99. JoJo Gunn, $14.99. The Best of the Lovin' Spoonful. The Best of Lovin' Spoonfuls, $22.99. And Jefferson Starship blows against the Empire. Jefferson Starship, $14.99. Blows against the Empire. Hums of the Lovin' Spoonful, $19.99 for Hums of the Lovin' Spoonful. And The Association, this one's called, I believe it's just self-titled, even though it looks like Stonehenge on the front. That is $14.99. Kelly said 10 on JoJo Gunn. I'm going to sell that to Kelly Bagwell for $10. We also have Carpenters, Made in America. Carpenters is $9.99. ABBA's Greatest Hits Volume 2, $19.99. So Spirit is their first and third albums put together in one. I didn't realize that. So this is Spirit's first album and their third album, 2 in 1, $29.99. Pure Prairie League Just Fly, $14.99. Randy Newman, Good Old Boys, $19.99. The Beatles, live at the Star Club in Germany, $34.99. The Beatles, introducing the Beatles, $19.99. That's a bootleg. Huey Lewis and the News, Small World, $19.99 on Huey Lewis. Blood Rock 2 is a VG Plus, $14.99. And Queen, A Day at the Races, $34.99. Does have a punch hole. Not a bad cover for what it is. And the vinyl's near mint, $34.99. Boy, y'all got quiet on that crate. Not a lot of offers. I'm willing to sell these very reasonably. You just got to let me know what you're thinking. Johnny Silva said Carpenters at $7. We're going to sell that to Johnny Silva for $7. And we're going to sell Chris Kirkley the Huey Lewis for $14. Henry's Choice is the high bidder on Paul McCartney. Thomas, you're out. Henry's Choice has that for $28. We're going to sell Bob Riger Queen for $28. And that's the high bid right now on Paul McCartney. I'm going to read through these titles just very quickly one more time. Just if you were waiting to make an offer on something, now's the time to do that. Blood Rock 2, The Beatles, introducing the Beatles live at Star Club, Randy Newman, Good Old Boys, Pure Prairie League, Spirit, ABBA's Greatest Hits Volume 2, The Association self-titled, Hums of the Lovin' Spoonful, Jefferson Starship, The Best of Lovin' Spoonful. We have Joni Mitchell, Dog Eat Dog, Joni Mitchell, John Cougar Mellencamp, It's got several hits on that one, including Pink Houses. We have Jason and the Scorchers, Steppenwolf, Gordon Lightfoot, Bob Dylan, Richard Torrance, Steve Miller Band, Status Quo, Bonnie Tyler, George Benson, John Lennon, Tiger, The Supremes, The Spinners, Gary U.S. Bonds, The Animals, The Kinks, Nick Gravenights, Christofferson, and another Gordon Lightfoot. New high bid on Paul McCartney is at $31. What does Blood Rock sound like? Well, this album here, DOA, is a very interesting song. Blood Rock is like 70s rock, hard rock. I don't know who to compare them to, but that's kind of give you an idea of what's going on there. Shakedown said he'd give 12 on ABBA. I'm going to go ahead and sell that to you for $12, and that's ABBA's Greatest Hits. We got that sold to Shakedown for 12. Next comment, Styx Grand Illusion. I'm about to work my way over there. I think I'm going to shift down after I go through these back here. Yeah, I'm probably going to go through these back here, and then I'm going to shift down. Charlie DeFrank said he'd give 25 for Grave Nights. I think that one was priced a little bit more, but let me see what I can do it. That was Nick Gravenight's My Labors. I've got $44.99 on it. I haven't had it this long here. It's this June 23rd, Charlie. I would do $35 on it. I would do $35 on My Labors, Nick Gravenight. And it looks like at one time there was a promo stripe on the front, and that is an original Columbia 2i. $35 on that one. Ian wants to know how much on the George Benson. It was right in here. George Benson, Shape of Things to Come, was $19.99. A&M Records, CTI Jazz, $19.99. Next comment was Rich Recor said he would give 10 for Blood Rock. Sell that to Rich Recor for 10. We had $14.99 on it. Next is Thomas is at 33 on Paul McCartney. John Miller said he'd give 12 for Tiger. Let me see what's going on here on the Tiger, John Miller. Tiger was in shrink wrap. I had it marked $19.99. I'll go ahead and sell you Tiger for $12. The Kinks album is One More From the Road. The Kinks, One More From the Road, $24.99. Paul McCartney is at 35 of Henry's Choice, so Thomas, you're out. And Ian says he'll take George Benson for 16. So we'll see if Charlie DeFrank wanted that for 35. My Labors, Nick Gravenight. So over here, we're auctioning a copy of Paul McCartney, London Town. It has the poster. It has both inserts and the original inner sleeve. And the high bid on that right now is 35 with Henry's Choice. Thomas is back in at 37. If anybody else wants anything else in here, just let me know. I'm going to scoot those to the front. And I'm going to read off what we have here in the back part of this bin. The first is The Great Songs of Roy Orbison, $24.99. The Great Songs of Roy Orbison, $24.99. Genesis, Abacab. Genesis is EX condition, $17.99. Let's see, Man on the Corner, great song. Another Record, great song. No Reply at All, Abacab's on there. EX on the vinyl, $17.99. Jay Giles Band, Sanctuary. Jay Giles Band, Sanctuary, $19.99. How about 30? I don't know a lot about Nick Gravenights. It may be a deal, but Charlie, that's why we're here. We'll sell that to you for $30. Genesis, another Genesis, 3 Sides Live. It's 3 sides of music live, and then the 4th side is, I believe, studio music. $34.99 for Genesis 3 Sides Live. These are all bought now, best price if you're just hopping on. Henry Gross Release. That has his hit song Shannon on it. $9.99. Sawyer Brown. Sawyer Brown. This is Outgoing Cat and Shrink Wrap and Hop Sticker. $19.99. And the Alan Parsons Project. Eve, $19.99. Where are we on Paul McCartney? Henry's back in at 38. I'm going to put up a new one as soon as this one's over. Henry's Choice is at 38. Brian, I'm going to make one counter to you. I'm going to say 15 on Genesis Abacab. Usually that record's gone at sticker, but I'll sell that to you for 15 if you're okay with that. Pat Paulson, live at the Ice House. Pat Paulson is a 1970 pressing with the original booklet, $19.99. Thomas is backing on Paul McCartney at 39. The Who, by numbers. The Who, by numbers, is $19.99. Squeezebox, I always mention that one. I like the Who song. The dots hadn't been connected either. It's in the MCA inner sleeve. Nice vinyl. The Who, $19.99. Brian says he's good at $15 on Abacab. This is Peaches and Herbs Greatest Hits. Cool cover. Look at all those peaches. I haven't had any nice fresh peaches in a while. $14.99 for Peaches and Herb. Close Your Eyes. That's the one I know for sure. That's $14.99 on Peaches and Herb's Greatest Hits. Bachman Turner Overdrive, Freeways, $14.99. Henry's Choice, you're out on Paul McCartney. We have Thomas at 39. We sold Abacab for 15. Todd offered 15 for The Who. Sell that to Todd Tipton for 15. Henry's Choice says he's out on Paul McCartney, so that's now a final call at $39 on London Town. Three Sides Live was $34.99. $34.99. Home of the Brave, a film by Laurie Anderson. Home of the Brave, $19.99. Babe Ruth, First Base. Babe Ruth, that is $34.99. That's the one we don't see as often in their discography. Very cool cover, and that's on the original Harvest label, $34.99. Denise is racking up on the BTOs tonight. She's also getting Freeways. Sell that to Denise Harrison. Paul Desmond, Skylark. Paul Desmond is $34.99. That's another jazz record, gatefold, featuring Gabor Szabo on the CTI label, $34.99. Super nice. How about the Ruthless People soundtrack? That's in shrink wrap for $19.99. Mick Jagger, Luther Vandross, Billy Joel, Paul Young, Dan Hartman, Kool and the Gang, Bruce Springsteen, Nicole. That's $19.99. Yes, that's the first track, Troy. Peaches and Herb United. And Close Your Eyes is the one I think I know the most from them. But yes, it's on there. Roy Orbison. This is Mystery Girl with his hit song, You Got It. The first all-new Roy Orbison album, 10 years. Has the hype sticker on it. Gold stamp promo, $34.99. It does have a saw mark, $34.99. That's a super nice copy. Gatefold Roy Orbison. Troy, Peaches and Herb was $14.99. $14.99. Let's go ahead and sell Paul McCartney. I'll sell this to Thomas Hujar for $39. I'll lay it right over here, Tanner. I'll get another Japanese auction started in just a moment. Let me go back down to the bottom. David Haygood says he'll take the Roy Orbison. That's so to David Haygood, and Troy said he'd give $9.99 for Peaches. Sell that to Troy for $9.99. David got Roy Orbison for $34.99. Some great albums in this bin. Golden Earring, To the Hilt. Golden Earring is $19.99. To the Hilt. Rockpile, Seconds of Pleasure. Rockpile, Seconds of Pleasure is $19.99. Rockpile, that's also a gatefold. Spirit. Feedback, lots of Spirit back here. Feedback is a VG copy for $9.99. That's also a gatefold jacket. James Taylor's Greatest Hits. VG Plus condition, $24.99. Not a bad looking VG Plus. It's a gatefold. Something in the Way She Moves. Caroline in My Mind. Fire and Rain. Sweet Baby James. Country Road. You've Got a Friend. Don't Let Me Be Lonely Tonight. I think that was just side one. VG Plus, $24.99. The Doobie Brothers, The Captain and Me. This is a VG Plus condition. Classic album alert. Wow, some of these are VG Plus and they look awfully nice. VG Plus, $9.99. Kara says she'll take James Taylor. Kara, if you're a first-time buyer with us, please let us know. We need your email address and your mailing address. Is Kara a first-time buyer, Tanner? I believe so. So we need you to send our page a message. You're our second or third first-time buyer tonight, I believe. So thank you and welcome. Please make sure you message our page with your email address and mailing address. And if you could do that right now, that would be great. We're going to send you an invoice on Monday. So we do $7 unlimited shipping. $7 unlimited shipping. So we have first, Kara, I've got you down for James Taylor. That was $24.99. What kind of music is Spirit? Spirit is like, it's the main genre is rock. It's kind of like prog rock a little bit, Genesis type. When I think of Spirit, I think of Genesis as the first comparison. That might not be the best example, but think of like 70s Genesis. 70s Genesis is not 80s Genesis, but 70s Genesis is like Spirit. 28 for Desmond. We're going to sell Paul Desmond to Mark Lent for $28. And Kara also put DB for the Doobie Brothers. So Kara got the Doobie Brothers. That's sold to Kara Bauer. So thank you, Kara, for those first purchases. We'll invoice you on Monday, $7 unlimited shipping. Crazy Horse is VG Plus condition, $24.99. Golden Earring, grab it for a second. Golden Earring is a VG Plus, $14.99. Golden Earring, VG Plus, $14.99. Saga, heads or tails. Saga is EX, $12.99. Saga, heads or tails. EX, $12.99. Ian Hunter, You're Never Alone with a Schizophreniac. VG Plus, $12.99. This is a soundtrack to an album called Psych Out, or a movie called Psych Out. That features music from Strawberry Alarm Clock, The Storybook. This is Bonez Cyrac. I don't know how to say that. I may have really butchered that, but this is VG Plus, $34.99. Three Dog Night, Naturally. Three Dog Night, Naturally is a VG copy, $9.99. There's the actual front cover of it. Three Dog Night, Naturally, VG, $9.99. Okay, we have next new claim or offer is Todd Tipton. He's at 8 on Saga. We're going to sell this to Todd Tipton for $8. We had that marked $12.99. So that's sold. Our next Japanese auction is going to be Little River Band, the net. Little River Band is a mint Japanese pressing, complete with inserts, and it's on blue vinyl. $35 start. $35 start. Little River Band, the net. $25 start is what I meant to say. $25 start on Little River Band, the net. Blue vinyl, $25 start on that. All right, let's go the other direction and go through this bin right here. I don't know what's in here, but we're about to find out. Let's see here. We might only go through half of it and shift down because this is a lot of. This is the equivalent of about 3 crates right here. So if we go through all this, this is like 3 crates probably. This is a bunch. Let me get everything situated here and get them nice and neat, and we'll make them all bought now best offer. First is Styx, the Grand Illusion. Styx, the Grand Illusion is EX $19.99, and it has the poster with it. EX $19.99, and it has the poster with it. Let me grab my phone so I can see comments. We have a Little River Band, the net. That was a $25 start on blue vinyl. I'll take whatever that Clapton is in the back. Okay, instant buy it now. Jake Clegg, this is Eric Clapton at his best. It's a 2 LP compilation of fantastic music. That is $34.99. That's sold to Jake Clegg. Kelly said 15 on Styx. This is sold to Kelly Bagwell for $15. Also, there's another Ozark Mountain Daredevils. Now I'm second my guess on these. Ozark Mountain Daredevils, $14.99. Joni Mitchell, Mingus. Joni Mitchell in memory of Charles Mingus, 1922 to 1979. Joni Mitchell Mingus is $19.99. This is Sinatra. Frank Sinatra is a VG Plus, $9.99. Sinatra and Joe Beam. Sinatra and Joe Beam is VG Plus, $9.99. Country Joe and the Fish together. Country Joe and the Fish together. That's a VG Plus, $11.99. T-Rex, Light of Love. T-Rex is in shrink wrap, $39.99. It does have a small clip on the corner. Casablanca label, $39.99 on T-Rex. Jethro Tull, Stormwatch, $19.99 on Jethro Tull. Bill Wyman, Monkey Grip, $24.99. And the original motion picture soundtrack to Jesus Christ Superstar. That is VG Plus, $16.99. It's a Pinckneyville press. It does have the booklet. It does have some light water damage to it, though. Stan Getz, Captain Marvel. Stan Getz is $24.99. Peter Frampton is $19.99. Peter Frampton's in shrink wrap, Where I Should Be. The Story of Heidi, Walt Disney's The Story of Heidi, $24.99. And Rare Earth, One World. Rare Earth is $19.99. Fred said he would give $19.99 for that Psych Out soundtrack. Let me find that. Psych Out soundtrack. Fred, I will sell that to you for $24.99. I will sell that would be $10 off. Shouldn't be doing that, but if you want it, I'll sell that to you for $24.99. Fred Carnell. I'll put it right back there in pending. Sherry Darnell said 10 for Country Joe. Let me figure out where that was. I think it was right in here. Maybe it was further than I thought. Sell that to Sherry Darnell for $10. Thank you. We have Getz for 20. George Lyle. Sell that to George. And John Porter's at 15 on Rare Earth One World. Sell that to John Porter for 15. And Fred Carnell said sold on Psych-Out for $24.99, Tanner. Warren Zevon, Bad Luck Streak and Dancing School, $29.99. Graham Nash and David Crosby is $19.99. Frank Sinatra, round one. Round one, $26.99. Charlie Daniels, Saddle Tramp, VG Plus Condition, $19.99 on Saddle Tramp, VG Plus Condition. Toto, there's our nightly Toto. Have we had a Moody Blues record tonight? There's bound to be. We missed out on Toto last night. There's got to be a Moody Blues record back here. There's probably 500 if we put them all together. Toto is $19.99. Somebody's about to get a deal if you want to buy it now. No bid, Little River Band on blue vinyl. Whoever wants that for $25. $25 for whoever wants that. Pat Metheny Group, Off Ramp. $19.99 for Pat Metheny Group. Catch Bull at 4. Cat Stevens. This is a gatefold that's in shrink wrap. There's our nightly. There for a while this album was popping up every night. That is $19.99. $19.99. Buddy Holly, Heartbeat. Buddy Holly is a compilation, $19.99. The cover is in shrink wrap. Greg Kihn Band, Conspiracy. Greg Kihn Band, $19.99. The Best of Manfred Mann. The Best of Manfred Mann is $19.99. And Dean Martin, Gentle on My Mind. Dean Martin's $9.99. If you're just joining us, we're in the back going through some older bins, and they're all bought now best offer. Men at Work, 2 Hearts. Men at Work is $24.99. The Turtles, Greatest Hits. This is a deluxe 2-record compilation. Happy Together. Again, The Turtles, $24.99. Kara Bauer said CS for $10. CS, which was, let me figure out what that was. Cat Stevens, perhaps? Cat Stevens, I will sell that for $15. That would be splitting the difference on the price on that one if you want it. This is called Texas Comp. Mind and I. $34.99, 1997 U.S. pressing, number 53 of 650. Crustacean, purple. That is $14.99. Crustacean, purple. And Sheena Easton. This is some kind of Spanish or Mexican import, it looks like. The complete album, all the tracks and title and everything, is in Spanish, $9.99. Lily McCurry said she'll take the Turtles for $20.99. We'll sell that for $20.99. So no bids on Little River Band. That's a $25 buy now, and that is the only Japanese pressing tonight that has not got a bid. We have the Best of the Manhattan Transfer. $25 start on this. The Best of the Manhattan Transfer. That's a $25 start. Near mint, pristine, Japanese pressing of Obi, $25. And Kara, just let me know if you want Cat Stevens, or you can say pass if you want to. That's okay too. Golden Earring, there was a couple in here, Nigel. The first one, or I think the last one of the bin was Grab It for a Second. Is that the one you wanted? And then there was another one called To the Hilt. Grab It for a Second is VG Plus, $14.99. Excuse me, there's Cat Stevens, $15. Texas Comp, Crustacean, Sheena Easton, and Sergio Mendez. Sergio Mendez is $14.99. That's called Confetti. Mike Oldfield, Airborne. Mike Oldfield is $24.99. Mother Earth, Make Joyful Noise. Mother Earth is $19.99. Delbert McClinton is $14.99. Second win. He says, package me. I think this is the one he wants. This is sold to Nigel Del Rocket. Golden Earring, sold to him. Delbert McClinton, we have Tell It to the Marine, sung by Oscar Brand. Tell It to Marines is $19.99. The original soundtrack to Godspell, $14.99. Brand New Day, Blood, Sweat, and Tears is $14.99. The Little River Band, The Net, is Japanese pressing. It's called The Net. It's on blue vinyl. That's a $25 buy now. Also looking for a $25 start on the Best of the Manhattan Transfer. Texas Comp. Sean, this is called, it says I and Mind, Texas Comp. And this is something from that punk collection we got from, what city was we in? Austin. And that was $34.99. It says from 1997. Kelly said 10 on Delbert McClinton. Sell that to Kelly Bagwell for 10. Where did we get to back here? Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Firesign Theater. Firesign Theater is $14.99. And Glenn Fry, The All-Nighter. Glenn Fry, The All-Nighter is $19.99. Craig Johnson says 11 on Toto. Craig, I will sell this to you for $11. Sell that to Craig Johnson for $11. The name of the Sheena Easton. The Sheena Easton, I don't know if I can give you the English title. Todo mi recuerda a ti. It's all in Spanish. I can't give you the English translation. Whatever that translates to. Todo mi recuerda a ti. Who knows Spanish? That's $9.99. The actual vinyl. You can see the actual vinyl. This cover actually folds open like this. It's like a slip open cover. Here's the actual cover. It looks like it was literally sprayed with like spray paint. Let's see. Mind and I, Texas compilation, Mark's Dream. It's on Mind and I Records. Private Press, record number 103. This says Mark's side. The other side says Dream side. And it includes this kind of flip open deal here. It's kind of like a wrapped up cover. All right. Put that right over here since I've tore it up the pieces. Next comment was, Everything Reminds Me of You. John Smetzer says, the name of this record is Everything Reminds Me of You. That's what that translates to. Now, the record itself, it will play in English. I'm almost 100%. So, sell that to Troy for $6.99. We got back here to Rick Derringer. Outside Stuff, Rick Derringer and the McCoys. That's $29.99. David Osman's How Time Flies. That's a wild-looking cover. David Osman's How Time Flies, a hi-fi sci-fi comedy. That's a comedy record, $14.99. However, Calling. However is a 1984 Holland press for $19.99. Terror, One with the Underdogs. Terror. Uh-oh, we've hit a patch of some hardcore stuff here. $44.99. Green vinyl, Terror, One with the Underdogs. 2004 green vinyl, $44.99. Let me just put that back in here, actually. We have... This is called Rotten Sound, Abuse to Suffer, 2006 France on gold vinyl, $24.99. I'm going to keep those together. Please Stand By, 1994, $9.99. Great Scott, Shirley Scott Trio. That's an ABC Impulse Jazz record, $29.99. Very clean vinyl. At one time, I think I had that on eBay, $29.99. And The Who Quadrophenia, $34.99. That's a 2LP Who record. A classic album, Gatefold, $34.99. Fred said he'd give $25 for the red swirl cover. Red swirl cover. That was the Texas comp, right? I think. Yes, Texas comp. If so, as long as Sean Netzel doesn't want it for $25, sell that to Fred Carnell for $25. Listen to the tracks. She sings in Spanish. Okay, so the Sheena Easton album may actually be in Spanish. That would be very interesting. The Manhattan Transfer is a buy it now. David, if you want it, $25 buy it now. $25 buy it now. And we have Little River Band, The Net. That's a $25 buy it now. Those are both available. There's The Who. The Beach Boys Live in London. The Beach Boys Live in London is a Holland press, $19.99 for the Beach Boys Live in London. Sylvia. Sylvia is $9.99. And the Beatles Live. This is $34.99, not live. This is real music. Real music. This is a compilation of tracks from their movie-inspired albums, such as Magical Mystery Tour. So, I Am the Walrus, Yellow Submarine, All You Need Is Love, Let It Be, Get Back. That is $34.99. Troy Robinson said, Man Transfer. Man Transfer. That was... What's that now? Manhattan Transfer. Ah, yes. That was a Japanese buy it now for $25 buy it now. So $25, I'll just lay that on top of the Texas comp that we sold Fred Carnell for $25. Crosby and Nash Live, $19.99 for Crosby and Nash Live, $19.99. Carl Perkins on top. Carl Perkins is $24.99. And the Charlie Parker sides, Norman Grand's Jam Sessions, $24.99. Gerard offered $26 for the Beatles, and Lillian offered $30.99. Lillian offered $31. Gerard offered $26. So Gerard, let me know if you want this for $30.99. If you don't, then we'll sell it to Lillian for $30.99. Sylvia is a full album. Full album on that one, Renee, $9.99. Bird. Original motion picture soundtrack, the movie about Charlie Parker. That's in shrink wrap, $24.99. Gerard had dibs on that one. He said he will take it for $30.99. Woody Allen, stand-up comic. Woody Allen is $19.99. Split Milk, Laurie Stivers, $24.99. Eric Clapton, August, is $34.99. Eric Clapton, August. Looks like a very nice copy. Vinyl is near mint minus. Nice cover, $34.99. So, time for a new Japanese auction. Who needs some Simon & Garfunkel's greatest hits? A quick $25 start auction, unless we start getting bids, which there's a high possibility. First track, Sounds of Silence, Old Friend, Cecilia, Mrs. Robinson. It goes on from there. I think this has over 20 tracks on it. This is a $25 start, Simon & Garfunkel's greatest hits. There's the cover of Obi. That is a $25 start, Simon & Garfunkel's greatest hits. Kara, I can't do 20 on Eric Clapton. If you were interested in that, I would sell it to you for $25. I'll do 25 on that, though. And I never did hear yes or no on Cat Stevens. You never did say yes or no on Cat Stevens for 15. Rita Coolidge is $14.99. That's a self-titled album. The Band, Stage Fright. EX Condition, $32.99. Lillian, Simon & Garfunkel's a $25 start. Ray Manzarek, The Golden Scarab. Ray Manzarek from The Doors, VG Plus, $24.99. The Beach Boys Rarities, that's in shrink wrap, $24.99 for the Beach Boys Rarities. Also includes the original inner sleeve. The Who, Meaty, Beady, Big, and Bouncy. This is a Who compilation, VG Condition, $9.99. Scott Drum is also in on Simon & Garfunkel at $25. Tracy and the Plastics, Culture for Pigeon. Tracy and the Plastics, $19.99. Denise said RC, $10. That was Rita Coolidge. Sell that for $10 to Denise Harrison. Lou Reed, Growing Up in Public. Lou Reed is $34.99. Maggie's Last Party, VIM. Maggie's Last Party from 1991. That looks like a 12-inch single, $24.99. Simon & Garfunkel, $25, $25, $30, and $30. Rick Ruskin, Microphone Fever from 1975, $19.99. Big Mouth is $14.99. Big Mouth, self-titled. Todd Tipton said he'd give $7 for The Who, Meaty, Beady, Big, and Bouncy. That's sold to Todd Tipton for $7. Sean Phillips is Faces. Sean Phillips, $19.99. Getz and Gilberto. Stan Getz and J.O. Gilberto. That's a 1976 pressing, $39.99. Zawinul, some more jazz here. This is a white label promo, $39.99 for Zawinul. $39.99, white label promo from Atlantic Records. Chris Forsyth and the Solar Motel Band. 2014 sealed, $19.99. Solvent is Apples and Synthesizers from 2004, $19.99. Number One, Tokyo Number One Soul Set from 2008, $24.99. Blue Cheer. Blue Cheer is $29.99. That is Blue Cheer 7, $29.99. Blue Cheer 7. R. Crumb and the Cheap Suit Serenaders. R. Crumb is $34.99. Lillian is the high bidder on Simon & Garfunkel at $35. Scott Drum, you're out on that. Sean Phillips, second contribution. Sean Phillips is $19.99. Jennifer Warnes is $9.99. Andy Kim's Greatest Hits. Andy Kim's Greatest Hits is $14.99. George Delisle said he'd give $30 for R. Crumb. That is sold to George Delisle for $30. John Kay, My Sporting Life. John Kay from Steppenwolf. That's a 1973 pressing. $19.99. Carlene Carter is $12.99. Flame, Queen of the Neighborhood. Flame is $14.99. Johnny Burnett, the Rock and Roll Trio. That is $24.99. The Fifth Dimension, Growing Together. Living Together, Growing Together. That's in shrink wrap. Vinyls EX, $12.99. And Buddy Knox, Party Doll, and Other Hits. VG Plus, $9.99. Simon & Garfunkel is at $35. That's a final call. Scott Drum, let me know if you're in or out. Also, Kara, I never did hear back from you on Eric Clapton or the Cat Stevens record. Martha and the Muffins, Metro Music, $19.99. Phil and the Frantics, that is $19.99. Phil and the Frantics, $19.99. The Delmonas 5, $34.99. That's a 1986 UK pressing. The Escorts from the Blue Angel, the Escorts, $19.99. The T-Bones with Gary Farr, Them Bones, 1984 French pressing, $26.99. We the People, Declaration of Independence, that is French, $19.99. Tommy James and the Shondells, Cellophane Symphony. '69 Abbey Road Press, $24.99. Kenny and the Casuals, Things Getting Better. That's $24.99. Fred Carnell says 19 for Trio. That is the Johnny Burnett Rock and Roll Trio, said by Fred Carnell. The Hesitations is $24.99. 68 White Label Promo. Love Is All Around. The Trogs, VG Plus $19.99. And Horselips, Dance Hall Sweethearts. Horselips is $19.99. Nigel Del Rocket said 20 for Tommy James. That's sold to Nigel Del Rocket. Also, Simon & Garfunkel is sold to Lily McCurry for $35. All right, I'm not going to read through all those because that was a lot of records. I can if somebody absolutely wants me to, or if you want to see anything again. But y'all took a big dent out of those, as you can see. Thank you. So let me give you a 360 the store, and we're going to do a complete rotation. And we're going to do this bin right here behind me. There's the rest of those. Now we're rotating, and right here behind me are a lot more records. We're either going to go through this bin or this bin. Let's go through both of them. We'll start with Curtis Mayfield, so it's here first. I'll take my phone. Thank you, Tanner. Next comment was, John says, keep going. I definitely will. Pamela, don't go to bed. We are just getting started. Look at all these LPs back here. There are LP after LP. Look at all the new vinyl on the walls. That's our duplicate copies of stuff. Might pull something out here in a minute and do a blowout sale. Never know, right, Tanner? Let me take a look back there and see what I see. I know one thing. There's a lot of Warrant cherry pies. Look at all these cherry pies. Anybody need a cherry pie? Let me get my hand in the right orientation. That's what all those are right there. And the pockets down there below it. We got a bunch of them. Best price on Solvent. Chris, I'll do $15 on it. The Stone Satanic Magic's Request, $34.99. Curtis Mayfield Superfly, $39.99. Somebody needs to get that. Everything in here is buy it now, best offer, $39.99. Meet the Beatles, The Beatles, something new. It is in partial shrink wrap. I only say that because it has a tear. It does have some tape residue on it, but this is an Apple pressing, $34.99. $34.99. This is an Apple pressing. It has a capital inner sleeve, but this is Apple. Very nice. It is in shrink wrap, $34.99. The Tremolos, Here Comes My Baby. The Tremolos is a VG copy, $9.99. Close Encounters of the Third Kind, music by John Williams, $24.99. Deep Purple, Perfect Strangers. Deep Purple is a VG Plus for $19.99. Introducing Jimmy Cleveland and his All-Stars. That's on the Marcy Jazz Mercury label. It's a 56 mono for $29.99. Okay, first, Chris says he'll take the Solvent record. Solvent, which was right here. This is $15 to Chris Ferrara. You want them over here, Tanner, or are you going to move sides to my left or my right? I'm usually handing stuff to my right. We'll do left this time. That's Chris Ferrara for $15. John Smetzer said he'll take the Deep Purple. That's so to John Smetzer. Nigel Del Rocket said he'd give 7 on the Tremolos. Sell that to Nigel Del Rocket. And Close Encounters also sold to Chris Ferrara for $19.99. Our next Japanese pressing is the Staying Alive soundtrack. I guess pretty much the sequel to Saturday Night Fever. Includes the Bee Gees hit single, The Woman in You. This is a mint Japanese pressing with inserts, $25 start. I'm going to lay that right back here. It's a $25 start, Staying Alive soundtrack. There's Jimmy Cleveland. Neil Young, After the Gold Rush, $34.99. It's a gatefold, super clean vinyl. Classic album. Darren says he'd give $25 for that Eric Clapton earlier. August, $25. Let me find that, and if my memory is correct, it's right in here. Sell this to Darren Davis for $25. That's sold to Darren Davis. John Cougar, Nothing Matters and What If It Did. John Cougar is a VG Plus, $14.99. Herbie Mann looks like he's in shrink wrap, My Kind of Groove. Herbie Mann is sealed. It's not just in shrink wrap. It's sealed from 1965, $29.99. Joni Mitchell, Don Juan's Reckless Daughter. That is $29.99. By the way, everything in here is buy it now, best offer. Joni Mitchell, Hijara is $19.99. I'm going to make somebody a heck of a deal on a couple Joni Mitchell albums right now. This is going to be just like Graham Parker earlier. It's kind of like a buy one, get one free. I'll sell both of these, 15 and 15. Hijara and Don Juan's. These are both very nice copies too. Billy Joel's in shrink wrap. The Bridge, shrink wrap and hop sticker, $19.99 for Billy Joel. Peter Frampton, I'm In You is VG, $9.99. Nigel says he'll do the Joni Mitchells for $15 and $15. So those to Nigel Del Rocket, $15 and $15. Final call to get a bid in on the Staying Alive soundtrack for $25. That's a final call. Fairport Convention, full house. Fairport Convention is VG Plus, $19.99. Fairport Convention. White label promo, too. Has a punch hole, does have a little bit of writing on the front. VG Plus, $19.19. David says HM. Herbie Mann is sealed from 1965, $29.99. Billy Joe, Frampton, Fairport. The best of Emmylou Harris. The best of Emmylou Harris. EX Condition, $12.99 for the best of Emmylou Harris. Not bad at EX. Go Now, the Moody Blues. This is like their debut album. There they are. I don't consider this like one of the other ones though, but there's the Moody Blues. We've had Toto and the Moody Blues tonight. This is Go Now. This is more like British pop than prog rock that I associate with those. That's VG Plus, $14.99. The Animals on Tour. The Animals on Tour is a VG copy for $9.99. Fred Carnell said he'd give $24 for the Herbie Mann. I'm assuming David Hugh doesn't want it. If not, we're going to sell that to Fred Carnell for $24. And we have Paul Simon. There goes a Ryman Simon. VG Plus, $14.99. David does have some interest. He offered $24. David, we already have David offered $22. We have a $24 offer for it. So if you want it for $24, you've got dibs, David. If not, it goes to Fred Carnell. Paul Simon, there goes a Ryman Simon, is a VG Plus, $14.99. John Miller said he'd give $10 on Emmylou Harris. That's so to John Miller. Now, this is a $25 buy it now. Gerard, you have already offered $20. Let me make sure nobody else. It is, we kind of do the buy it nows of whenever officially I make them a buy it now, or offers. So $25 buy it now on that. That's where I'm at. I'll make sure nobody wants it for $25. Gerard's already offered $20 on it, though. Thomas said he'd give $22 for the Jimmy Cleveland. Thomas, I'll go ahead and sell that to you for $22. The Jimmy Cleveland mono copy. There's the Animals, Paul Simon. I saw a Doors LP. The Doors is $32.99. The Doors is $32.99. It's a flip open cover. It has the Butterfly Electro label. Beautiful near mint minus looking vinyl. It is a VG or VG Plus cover just because Maureen wrote her name on it. Nice copy, though, of The Doors, Waiting for the Sun, $32.99. Randy Newman Live. Randy Newman Live is VG Plus, $14.99. Squeeze, East Side Story. This has their hit song Tempted on it. EX Condition, $19.99. And we have a $23 offer on Staying Alive. Well, at this point, we have an auction. So John Leal's at $23. I guess, Gerard, let me know if you want this for $23. If not, I'll sell it to John Leal. So Gerard Cacciatore, you can have that for $23. And if not, John Leal. But anytime I have an auction up, just wait until I say buy it now, especially before trying to make an offer on it. That way we just do it in the correct order. Rich Shockley says he'd give $15 for Squeeze. Gerard says go ahead and give it to John, no problem. And thank you for letting us know. So that's sold to John Leal for $23. Squeeze is sold for $15 to Rich Shockley. We have Scholagers, which is a Warner Brothers compilation, EX 1999. That's one of those mini Warner Brothers compilations. This is EX 1999. Usually all kinds of various artists and music on those. Sly and the Family Stone, fresh. Sly is a Terre Haute press from 1973. EX Condition, $29.99. And the New Searchers LP, Chris, John, Mike, and Frank, EX $17.99. Next Japanese auction, Frank Sinatra, $25 start. It's called Frank Sinatra. It's a 2 LP compilation of great Frank Sinatra hits. I see Come Fly With Me on this side. $25 start. Let me go ahead and show it to you in detail, but I will guarantee it's a near mint minus 2 LP. Very cool, very nice Frank Sinatra compilation. It is a gatefold. I don't see any discoloration or anything on this as well. $25 start on that, complete with Obi. Complete with Obi. All right, the Everly Brothers, EB84. The Everly Brothers is $19.99. The Sandpipers, Greatest Hits. Sandpipers, Greatest Hits, $9.99. Tim Harden 4. Tim Harden is $34.99. Golden Souvenirs. Sounds like a compilation. It is $12.99. The Exciters, Gene Pitney, Jay and the Americans, Marv Johnson, $12.99. Brian Liggins in on Sinatra at $25, going once, going twice. Original Golden Greats number 3, another compilation, $12.99. Original instrumental hits, Wheels, Tequila, Batman Theme, that's $14.99. And the very best of oldies, $9.99. Let's do a quick bundle compilation. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is, yes, David, you got the Herbie Man for $24. We'll double check that, but yes. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 records here. 4 times 6 is $24. Just $6 a piece. I've got these marked 10, 15, 13, and 13. I'll do all 4 of them for $24 on these compilations. All cleaned. They're sleeved. Most of them are in shrink. 3 of them are in shrink wrap. $24 on those 4 compilations if anybody wants them. Only thing you got to do is comp bundle, I guess, in the comments. Dwayne Eddy, 16 Greatest Hits. That's $14.99. John Duran said he would take the comps for $24. John Duran was first. All 4 of those, 6, 6, 6, and 6. Gerard was second. Neil Diamond Gold. Neil Diamond Gold, this is a hits comp. Has Sweet Caroline on it. Cherry Cherry, Solitary Man. That's on Uni, $14.99. Final Call on Frank Sinatra. Brian Ligon has that for $25. That's a final call. The Very Best of Eddie Cochran. That's in shrink wrap. First track, Summertime Blues. $19.99 on The Very Best of Eddie Cochran. Boston, their self-titled debut. This one's only $14.99. That's because it's a VG copy. It's on the original Orange Epic label. John Cale, Words for the Dying. John Cale, it's $34.99. Words for the Dying. And if you happen to just join us, everything we're doing is buy it now, best offer right now. James Ingram, It's Your Night. James Ingram is $14.99. It's Your Night. Also with the original sleeve, near mint. Rich Recourse said 10 on Boston. You bought it for $10. Let's also go ahead and sell Frank Sinatra to Brian Ligon for $25 at our next Japanese auction for just a $15 start. Just a $15 start is the Doobie Brothers Living on the Fault Line. Near mint and pristine. $15 start on that. Steven said he'd give $30 for Something New by the Beatles. Sell that to Stephen Chesney for $30. Hall & Oates Voices. Hall & Oates Voices is $19.99. Gerard's at $15 on the Doobie Brothers. Corey Hart, Boy in the Box. That's near mint and shrink wrap, $19.99. Aerosmith Rocks, $24.99. Also has the original inner sleeve and super clean vinyl. Not a bad price on that one at $24.99. First track is Back in the Saddle. Glenn Fry, The All-Nighter. Glenn Fry is $19.99. Joe South, So the Seeds Are Growing. Joe South is $19.99. And Gary U.S. Bonds, a VG copy, $14.99. Twist Up Calypso. How about the classic Hotel California? This is a near mint OG, original inner sleeve, and it has the poster, $42.99. $42.99. 15 on the Doobies. 15, 16. Johnny Silva offered $20 on Aerosmith. That is sold to Johnny Silva. Chris Frazier, you were second. John Miller third. And Gerard is at $20 on the Doobie Brothers. Very quickly, I'm just going to read titles that's left in here, and then we're going to move right over to my right and go through this bin. We have the Barbra Streisand. Barbra Streisand Live Concert at the Forum. That is $9.99, Thomas. $9.99. Curtis Mayfield, Superfly. This is surprisingly still here. It's an OG. Check out the cover. $39.99, Superfly, Curtis Mayfield. I've got these before. This one's extremely nice, though. Check out the vinyl, the original label, super nice. That's $39.99. Keep in mind, buy it now or best offer. We're going to sell Streisand to Thomas Bowman for $7. That is sold to Thomas Bowman. Tommy's out on the Doobie Brothers. So we have Gerard at $20 on that. Final call. Streisand sold for $7. Also got Neil Young After the Gold Rush. John Cougar, Nothing Matters. Billy Joel, The Bridge, in shrink wrap of hype sticker. Peter Frampton, Fairport Convention. The Moody Blues. Animals on Tour. Paul Simon. The Doors, Waiting for the Sun. Randy Newman. Shalagers. Sly and the Family Stone. New Searchers LP. Everly Brothers. The Sandpipers. Tim Hardin 4. Dwayne Eddy. Neil Diamond Gold. Eddie Cochran. John Cale. James Ingram, Hall & Oates, Corey Hart, Glenn Fry, Joe South, Gary U.S. Bonds, and the Eagles. We have Chris Frazier was first, who asked Eagles best price. Brian Ligon offered $32. Kara said Warrant, and Fred offered $29 on Superfly. Chris Frazier, I will sell this for $35. It's a really nice copy, near mint, poster insert. If you pass at $35, then I have a feeling Brian Ligon's going to take it at $35, but you can have it for $35. Fred Carnell, Superfly. I don't want to do $29.99 on this one, but you're close. Let's just make it a few more dollars. I'll sell that to you for $32.99. $32.99 on Superfly, Curtis Mayfield. I'm going to go ahead and lay it over here in sold. Chris Frazier said sold at $35, so Chris Frazier gets the Eagles Hotel California for $35. I have a feeling Fred Carnell is going to take Superfly for $32.99. Nigel said he would give $12 for Fairport Convention. Let's sell that to Nigel Del Rocket for $12. And let's go ahead and sell Gerard Cacciatore, the Doobie Brothers, for $20. We got three different Warren albums in stock for those that's new that don't already know this, including Kara, who just asked. The big seller is Cherry Pie. This is an official press. It's a Warrant Cherry Pie. It's colored vinyl. They're actually numbered on the back, and this is on cherry colored vinyl. These are $44.99. $44.99. They're new and sealed. Cherry Pie by Warrant. They're $44.99. I've got those, and then I've also got two other albums by Warrant. I've got Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich, and I have Dog Eat Dog. They're the same way. They're colored vinyl and numbered. Blue Oyster Cult, Agents of Fortune. Somebody was obviously looking at it because it has the sleeve upside down. $24.99. $24.99. It is the original label. It has a gold stamp promo too. John Smetzer, that's $24.99. Anybody else on anything in here? I'll go through these back records in a second, but the first thing I want to go through, what's that doing in here? Let's go ahead and show that. Procol Harum. That is a 67 OG press with a wider shade of pale. This is usually gone. $34.99. Wow, that's a very clean copy too. First track is a wider shade of pale. I could listen to that on repeat. $34.99. We have Fred said he confirmed on Superfly for $32.99. Chris Frazier wants a Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich. Tanner has pulled a Dog Eat Dog, but we will pull a Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich. Now, that's the one we have the least of. That has really outsold everything else recently, but I do have them. They're $44.99. There's Dog Eat Dog. Now, before this was repressed, this is extremely difficult to get an original of. This is a challenge to get an original of, especially a true U.S. press. These are not easy records to get. $44.99. I have sold hundreds of them. No joke. Procol Harum. Somebody needs to get that. That's a great album. That guy passed away a couple years ago. Let's go through this next bin over here. Same thing. All buy it now and best offered. Nobody Wants Don't Fear the Reaper. That's a great album too. Just $24.99, and it's a gold stamp promo. Let's go through this Slave to the Grind. No, that's not in the works that I know of. I don't know if that will... You can get it in the box set, but I doubt that's not being repressed. This is sold to Chris Frazier. Tanner's already got you one pulled. These are also numbered on the back. This is number 1587, and that's it there. Lillian said she'll take the Procol Harum for $29.99, and she also wants a Dog Eat Dog. So I'll go ahead and sell that to Lillian for $29.99, and there's her a copy of Dog Eat Dog. We've got these in stock all night if anybody wants them. Copies of Warrants. All right, let me shift the camera down one bit, and let's go through this bin here. And Glenn Fry, the all-nighter, I believe that was $19.99 is what I've got that stickered. $19.99. Can I have that last Japanese pressing, The Great Escape? That's our last Japanese pressing for tonight. It's also a $25 start. Let's make it a $15 start. The Great Escape. Original soundtrack. $15 start, Japanese pressing. $15 start on that. Craig Johnson said he'd give $19.99 for BOC. Craig, I'm going to sell that to you for $19.99, right? We have Carpenters, Then and Now. These are all buy it now, best offer. The Carpenters is $12.99. Lillian's at $15 on The Great Escape. Welcome to the Club, Nat King Cole. Welcome to the Club, Nat King Cole. This is $19.99. Welcome to the Club, Nat King Cole. 1959. That's a very clean looking copy too. That is. Very cool cover. Beautiful vinyl. $19.99. Welcome to the Club, Nat King Cole. Uriah Heep, Demons and Wizards. That's a VG copy for $11.99. And Jimmy Buffett, Living and Dying in 3/4 time. Jimmy Buffett is $19.99. Joe Cocker. I like this album. EX Condition, $16.99. Joe Cocker, EX $16.99. Great Escape, Rudder Butters at $16. Lillian, you're out. Craig Johnson offered 15 for Nat King Cole, and Jim Gray offered 7 for the Carpenter. So Nat King Cole sold to Craig Johnson for $15. Jim Gray gets the Carpenters for 7. Did the Black Crowes Chorology come in Friday? No, they didn't. Those have not come in yet. I've got to send an email and figure out where those are at. I don't know if they were pushed back or there's two things. I guess both of them really aren't good. They're pushed back and they're not going to come in for a while, which is okay. That means we'll still probably get them. Or for some reason, those were extremely allocated and we didn't get any, which would be very surprising. I think they were just pushed back. VG. This is VG $11.99. Lillian's at 20 on the Great Escape. Waylon and Willie, World War II. Waylon and Willie, very cool record, $24.99. Super near mint vinyl on that one, $24.99. Tribute to Bob Wills. This is Merle Haggard, $14.99. $14.99. And Lift Every Voice and Sing, Merry Night with Orchestra and Choir. This is $19.99. John Porter said sold, and that was on the Uriah Heep, I believe. Yes, that's sold to John Porter, Uriah Heep. Empire of the Sun soundtrack, music by John Williams, $19.99. Roy Wood, Mustard. Roy Wood is a 75 UK pressing, $24.99. So Rudder Butter, let me know if you're in or out on The Great Escape. We have Roy Wood for $24.99. Also, Stack Ridge, Friendliness. Stack Ridge is $19.99 for Friendliness. Midnight Run, original score by Danny Elfman, featuring Robert De Niro, original score by Danny Elfman, $39.99 on that one. Rudder Butter's out on The Great Escape. Japanese pressing of this soundtrack. Lillian has it for $20. That's a final call. Elton John, Blue Moves, 2 LP. Elton John Gatefold, very clean copy, $29.99 on Elton. Also, the Guess Who, Road Food. The Guess Who, $19.99. These are all bought now, best offer. Cast Your Fate to the Wind, the original hit, Jazz Impressions of Black Orpheus. That is by the Vince Guaraldi Trio. That is, Vince Guaraldi Trio presents Jazz Impressions of Black Orpheus. And that is a very clean looking copy, $39.99. How much for M Run? Midnight Run, Scott, I have that marked for $39.99. Gold stamp promo. Kara said 15 on Glenn Fry. Whoever asked about this earlier, we make sure they don't want it. If not, we'll sell that to Kara for $15. Thomas is in on The Great Escape for $22. Thomas, there's The Great Escape for $22. And we have The Doors, Absolutely Live, a 2 LP, Live Doors LP, super nice copy, $39.99. $39.99 for The Doors, Absolutely Live. David Ackles, Subway to the Country. David Ackles is $34.99. Subway to the Country, Red Electra label, David Ackles, $34.99. Alan Parsons Project Eve, $19.99. Lillian's back on The Great Escape at $25. Buffalo Springfield, again, Yellow Atco label, very nice vinyl, $34.99 for Buffalo Springfield. The Electric Flag, a long time coming. This is a VG copy for $19.99. The Electric Flag, a long time coming. Time Fades Away, Neil Young, VG Plus condition, $24.99. Time Fades Away, Neil Young, VG Plus, $24.99. Bob Dylan, Down in the Groove. We had one of these earlier tonight. This is EX, $32.99 for Bob Dylan. And we have Boz Scaggs, Slow Dancer, VG Plus, $14.99. VG Plus, $14.99. So Thomas, let me know if you're in or out on The Great Escape. Never mind, he's in at 27, just came in. What's the cost on shipping? Here's how our shipping works. We do these shows like this every night. And so we have a lot of buyers and we sell a lot of records. So the way we do that, to help everybody out, is we do $7 unlimited shipping. So if you buy these 5 records right here, it's all $7 shipping. If you buy 1 record, it's $7 shipping. Now, this is just Wednesday night. We're doing this again tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You can buy 3 records tonight, 2 on Friday, and 500 on Saturday, and they will all ship for $7. And that's a per week charge, $7. That's 1 week, 1 record, $7, and then the next week, same thing, or you can buy 500. We have some people that we ship out 5 boxes a week to them. So, however you choose, $7 unlimited shipping. Spirit, the family that plays together, that's VG Plus, $14.99. Patti Smith Group, Wave, that's EX condition, $32.99. Bruce Springsteen, E Street Shuffle. Bruce Springsteen is EX condition, $17.99. So obviously, it makes sense to Try to watch as many shows as you can during the week and really rack up on combined savings on shipping. There they are again, the Moody Blues Long Distance Voyager. EX, $12.99. Let's do a little two-piece Moody Blues bundle. Let's do Go Now and Long Distance Voyager. I had these marked 14 and 12. Let's do $19.99 for both of them. $19.99 for both of them. That's $8 off on those. $8 off. Who wants the two-piece Moody Blues bundle? By the way, Lillian is still the high bidder on Great Escape for $35. Todd Tipton said he'd give $10 for Spirit. Let's go ahead and mark that for $10. Lillian will take the Moody Blues records, 10 and 10 on those. 10 and 10 on those. Thomas is backing on the Great Escape at $36. Nigel, you were second on the Moody Blues bundle, and price on Bruce Springsteen. Wife was running the hairdryer at $11.13. Let's see, EX $17.99. Bruce Springsteen, E Street Shuffle. EX $17.99. E Street Shuffle. Lillian back in on that at $38. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Works Volume 2. EX Condition, $17.99. America, Your Move. EX Condition, $9.99. Lindsey Buckingham, Law and Order. Lindsey Buckingham from Fleetwood Mac. VG Plus, $14.99. The Hissing of Summer Lawns. Joni Mitchell, $19.99 on Joni Mitchell. The Roaring Silence. This is the classic album that has Blinded by the Light on it. Not the Bruce Springsteen version. The very famous Manfred Mann's Earth Band version. $19.99. The Roaring Silence. Elton John, Leather Jackets. $19.99. Elton John, Leather Jackets. Elton John, a German pressing. $39.99. I'm in need of some water. This is the German pressing on the Hansa label. That is $39.99. That's a very nice copy of that. Lillian wants RS, which is Roaring Silence, I believe. Also, Thomas, Lillian is now the high bidder again on the Great Escape soundtrack, $38. Elton John, Breaking Hearts, $19.99. Elton John, 21 at $33, $19.99. And we have Elton John, Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player, $19.99. Guess what? Let's offer a Elton John bundle to somebody. First, Todd Tipton said LB, Lindsey Buckingham for $10. And let's do a bundle on Elton John. We're going to do 5 off, 5 off. No, we're going to do 5 off, 10 off, 5 and 5 and 5 off. So that's 15, 30, 45, 50, 60, and 30 is 90. $90 for these Elton John albums. And the two kind of gems in there is going to be the self-titled debut pressing. It's a German pressing, super nice looking on this Hansa label. That's the one I'm putting in the bundle for $30. And then you'll be getting that Leather Jackets for $15, Breaking Hearts for $15, and then this for $15, which is Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player, which is a nice gatefold, and it includes the bundle. Kara says she'll take those for $90. Those are sold to Kara Bauer for $90. Michael Nath was second. Do you keep Ozzy Bark at the Moon in stock? Ever get that on Japanese pressing? For answer your first question is no, and to answer your second question, yes. Bark and the Moon has never been reissued. Ozzy has several albums that have never been reissued on vinyl. That's why Bark at the Moon is a little bit more desirable. Bark at the Moon is never been reissued, so you can't buy a new 180-gram pressing of that remastered. Does not happen. The Japanese pressings come through sometime. Now, we get USOGs occasionally, but Rishi the Amherst track. I've never checked on that, Michael. I will look into that. That's a good one for me to look up. Okay. All right, I'm just going to read through these one more time. We've been through 1, 2, 3, 4, counting that real big one, which was like 5, 6, 7. We've been through like 6 or 7 crates back here, technically. I'm just going to read through these. If anybody else wants any more information, then I'm probably going to do these 2 back bins behind it. Also, over here where Blue Oyster Cult was, that's a good bin too. I see several things that y'all probably would want to make an offer on. So here's what's left in here. Lillian was out on Great Escape, sold out to Thomas for $40. Thomas Hujar gets the Great Escape for $40. So, Joni Mitchell, America, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Bruce Springsteen, Patti Smith, Boz Scaggs, Bob Dylan. These are all Buy It Now Best Offer. Neil Young, Electric Flag, Buffalo Springfield featuring Neil Young, Alan Parsons Project, David Ackles, The Doors, Midnight Run soundtrack, Vince Guaraldi Trio, the Guess Who. There's another Elton John, Blue Moves. I should have put that one in the bundle as well. Stack Ridge, Roy Wood, Empire of the Sun. This was Mary Knight, Merle Haggard. Waylon and Willie is still available. So is Joe Cocker and Jimmy Buffett. There were some great albums in there. I'm surprised either they, A, haven't sold or no one's made an offer on them. Let me see what I've got back here. Yeah, let's go through these. Let's see here. I don't know if I can go through these or just, I might just move on down the line here and go through these. I'm not for sure. Let's see what I want to do here. What do I want to do? Sherry Darnell said price on Hag and 16 on Buffett. The Merle Haggard is $14.99 and Jimmy Buffett is $16. We'll go ahead and sell that to Sherry Darnell. Blade, you only have to message the page. That's for Facebook buyers. I see that you're on YouTube. You only need to send us a message if you actually buy something. I mean, you can go ahead and send us a message. We'll share the link to our website. First-time buyers on YouTube, I'll recognize you're a first-time buyer, and we'll send you a link to our website. 16 on Buffett and 13 on Merle Haggard, both to Sherry Darnell. So that description is probably more so for our Facebook viewers. That's what's going on there. I'm having a hard time figuring out what I want to go through next. We could have already been through half of them. Let's go through this next bin. Yeah, let's go through this next bin here. I'm just going to move on down. And then I'm probably going to condense these and go through the back ones. First is Sticks. Pieces of 8, $19.99. Bruce Hornsby and the Range. That's just the way it is. $24.99. Ray Charles, I'm All Yours Baby. Ray Charles is $19.99. Ray Charles, Do I Ever Cross Your Mind? Ray Charles is $19.99, and Ray Charles, Love and Peace. That is $19.99. Ray Charles Volume 2. Wow, we got some Ray Charles here. How about a Ray Charles bundle? Instead of 15, 15, 15, 15, let's do 12, 12, 12, and 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be $46 on the Ray Charles albums. If you're buying all 4 of those, 12, 12, 12, and 12. Kara said she would give 20 for the Bruce Hornsby record. Go ahead and sell that to Kara Bauer. Ray Charles, if anybody wants those, 12, 12, 12, 12. Bing Crosby's All-Time Hit Parade, $9.99. Tony Childs, Union. Tony Childs is $9.99. Willie Nelson, The Minstrel Man. Willie Nelson is $14.99. Near Mint, very nice, and shrink wrap. Todd Tipton Sticks was $19.99. Pieces of 8. Carly Simon, Hello Big Man. Carly Simon is $9.99. Waylon Jennings, Collector Series. Waylon Jennings is $24.99. RCA, this is a compilation from Waylon Jennings, Collector Series. Wishbone Ash, No Smoke Without Fire. Wishbone Ash is $19.99. Todd Tipton says he will take the Sticks for $15. Sell that to Todd Tipton. I'm going to go ahead and put these Ray Charles back in here so they're not where I normally Ray sold records. Sell that to Todd for $15. John Denver Airy, that's in shrink wrap, $14.99. The Boomtown Rats, The Fine Art of Surfacing. That's a white label promo, $26.99. John Fogerty. John Fogerty is $19.99. Rick Wakeman, Journey to the Center of the Earth. Rick Wakeman is $19.99. Chris Christopherson, Jesus Was a Capricorn. Chris Christopherson is $14.99. Carly Simon, Carly, coming around again. Carly Simon's $9.99. Frank Sinatra, September of My Years. That's in partial shrink wrap, like 90%. Nice clean vinyl, $14.99. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Shuffle. Nice clean copy of that again. That's the second one, $19.99. Hoyt Axton, Where Did the Money Go? Hoyt Axton is $14.99. Where Did the Money Go? Sticks Caught in the Act is $34.99. That's a 2 LP live Sticks album, $34.99. These are all buy it now best offer, by the way. Like Rare Earth, Ecology. This is in shrink wrap, $24.99. Rare Earth, Ecology. Lou Reed, Coney Island Baby, $29.99. Lou Reed, Coney Island Baby. Original tan RCA label, $29.99. The Stampeders, this has their hit song Sweet City Woman on it, $24.99 for the Stampeders, Sweet City Woman. John Porter said 20 on RE. RE was Rare Earth Ecology. Nice copy of that in shrink. Sell that to John for 20. The Hackberry Ramblers is $19.99. The Early Recordings, 35 to 48. Richard and Linda Thompson, Pour Down Like Silver, $34.99 on Richard and Linda Thompson. Matterhorn, the Louis Bellson Drum Explosion. That is $19.99. Matterhorn, Louis Belson Drum Explosion. Spandau Ballet. This is $24.99. This is a UK pressing. Philippines. Spandau Ballet includes Lifeline Gold and Communication True. That's the Philippines of Spandau. $24.99. Wishbone Ash. Classic Ash. That is $24.99. Raven is $29.99. It is a 1969 360 sound. Raven, Columbia 2i. Carly Simon, Boys in the Trees. Boys in the Trees is $9.99. Brent McKinney said 8 on Carly. Carly. What was that? I think he did that very fast. He might have been, is that the Carly Simon I just showed? If so, sell that to Brent for 8, unless there was another one in here. Was there another one in here? He must have saw a peek of that one. Shadowfax, Watercourse Way, 1976, $26.99. Sweet Bottom is $26.99. Santana Z-Bop is $19.99. Santana Z-Bop. I, Cantina Turner, Get It Together. I, Cantina is $26.99. And Bob James, 1. Bob James on the CTI Jazz label. That is from 1974, $39.99. $39.99. He says first one. There was another Carly Simon in here, evidently. 2 Carly Simons. This one, okay. That one sold for $8. Same thing. And if anybody wants Boys in the Trees, it's still available. Let me actually put it back here in the back. Any solo Beatles to the right you can go through. There's a bunch. It's really some of the same stuff as last time. I got all the actual Beatles LPs up front, but this is all John Lennon. Let's see. This is all John Lennon. These are all George Harrison's. These are all Paul McCartney's. And these are all Ringo Starr's. So we got Ringo albums, Paul albums, George albums, and John and Yoko albums. First, Sherry Darnell wants the Ray Charles. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 Ray Charles albums. 12, 12, 12, and 12. Let's see here. We might can do some bundling over here. Let me breeze through these very quickly. We got Plastic Ono Band, Mind Games. There's a Yoko album, Milk and Honey. There's a Pete Townsend album. That is $19.99. 1989 press of the Iron Man. There's another live piece, Toronto. Rock and Roll, Unfinished Dialogue, Double Fantasy, Rock and Roll, Plastic Ono Band, Imagine. There's Imagine, $34.99. There's another Imagine, $34.99. Those are usually instant sellers. Let me move those up front. A couple copies of John Lennon's Imagine. Mind Games, Men Love Avenue. Live piece. There's another, I think that's the Yoko. Yes, that's the live piece, or the Plastic Ono Yoko. Another live Toronto. Sometime in New York City. Fly by Yoko, Approximately Infinite. Another Rock and Roll, another Yoko, another Yoko. George Harrison, self-titled album, Somewhere in England. Extra Texture, 33 1/3. Dark Horse, Gone Tropos, got a couple of those left, and Living in the Material World. And of course, lots of Paul albums. They're everywhere. Wings, At the Speed of Sound, Good Night Tonight single, London Town, Pipes of Peace, Venus and Mars, another Wings, At the Speed of Sound, Good Night Tonight. Red Rose Speedway, Venus and Mars is Press to Play, still available. McCartney Interview, Broad Street, Give My Regards to Broad Street, Spies Like Us, Paul McCartney self-titled, and then the Ringo albums. Bad Boy, Soundtrack to Magic Christian. This is Ringo, that's the name of the album. Rotogravures, several of those. Bo Cup of Blues, Goodnight Vienna, more Bad Boy, Smell the Roses. That is Old Wave. Another Ringo, Blast from Your Past, which is his greatest hits album, and another Ringo. Let's see here. Men Love Avenue. Lily McCurry is the first comment there. Men Love Avenue, John Lennon, was $34.99. $34.99. That's available. Next is, can I see the George with a $2.99 sticker? This is George Harrison, self-titled. It is sealed. It has a saw mark, $44.99. This is Condition on the I Cantina. That was over here in the previous bin. This is called I Cantina, Get It Together. Actually, no condition notes on the vinyl. It's on the Pompeii label. Super nice vinyl. The cover is about VG or VG+. It looks like it's got a little damp. It shows ring wear, so probably a VG cover on that. Next comment was, Walking on Thin Ice is the Yoko to have, John Lennon's last performance. I didn't realize that. So this Walking on Thin Ice is a live concert, John Lennon's last performance. I didn't realize that. I thought it was an interview disc. It happened, Hard Times Are Over, and Walking on Thin Ice. That's a 3-track. I didn't realize that. Bob James condition. That was over here in this other bin as well. Bob James that's called 1. This is very nice. No condition notes on the cover or vinyl. Yes, near mint minus on the vinyl. Lily McCurry said sold on John Lennon, Men Love Avenue. That's sold to her. Are you broadcasting only on YouTube? No, we're on YouTube and Facebook right now. What is the Doors Soft Parade price on Thin Ice? Price on Thin Ice is $24.99. $24.99. John Young, I almost guarantee you've already seen this Doors album before, but I'll show it to you again. This is the Doors Soft Parade, $34.99, and this is on the Butterfly Electro label. Not the label you're looking for, but this is a beautiful near mint copy. If you're not looking for first presses and just near mint copies, that is $34.99. Our Facebook page is Collectco. Lily McCurry said sold, and that was on Walking on Thin Ice. And also John Miller offered $22 for the Raven, which was right over here, and we're going to go ahead and sell that to John Miller for $22. Somebody knocking on the door? Raven is sold for $22 to John Miller. Lillian said sold on that, and Darren said he'd give $18 for I Cantina. That's also sold. David, just let me know if you want to make an offer on Bob James. All right, let's go through this other crate. Looks like some really good stuff back here. Doors, $34.99. Kansas, self-titled, is $19.99. Kansas, self-titled, their debut album, $19.99. Original label, $19.99. Grover Washington Jr., Wildlife, featuring Bill Withers, just the two of us, $14. I may have heard the Ice Maker. It sounded like either somebody was tapping on glass or it might have been the Ice Maker dumping ice. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, CSN, EX condition, $17.99. And here's my favorite, the Crosby, Stills, and Nash compilation. That is $34.99. This is a go-to. Great, fantastic music. That is a very nice copy. Jacket and vinyl, $34.99. Stephen Stills, Manassas, Down the Road, $19.99 on Stephen Stills, Manassas. Dire Straits, extended play. This is a 4-track Dire Straits, $26.99. Wishbone Ash, front page news, $24.99. That's a German copy. Carlos Santana and Mahavishnu John McLaughlin, $19.99. Tony Bennett, more of Tony's greatest hits, $9.99. Also, I missed a comment earlier from Scott. He says, any new vinyl deals coming? Scott, are you still watching? I need to do at least once. I've got so focused in these vintage bins, I have forgot. David said he'd give $15 for Bob James. David, I've got this marked $39.99, but I would sell it to you for $30. I would sell that to you for $30. It's even got the original CTI inner sleeve with it. That's a nice copy. I'll do 10 off on that and 30. And Todd Tipton said 15 on Kansas. Yes, that's so to Todd Tipton. Thomas says he bought so far. It's awesome. Yes, this is like some of my favorite music of all time. You'll probably hear me say that every time I show it. Excuse me. I can't recommend it more enough. Just amazing harmonies, beautiful music and songwriting. They're some of the best tracks right on that. Three Dog Night, suitable for framing. $19.99 for Three Dog Night, suitable for framing. Dale Shannon, the Vintage Years. I don't want to lay them on top of those things. So, Dale Shannon, the Vintage Years, $19.99. So one of those earlier tonight. The Assembled Multitude, Overture from Tommy. I think this is like string music compilation, $14.99. It says Overture from Tommy, Woodstock, Ohio, Sing-Along Junk, MacArthur Park. But I think it's a string, like a symphonic on that. Not $14.99. Gene Autry's Golden Greats, America's Favorite Cowboy. Gene Autry, $9.99. Nothing against Gene Autry, but it's gotten really hard lately to sell cowboy and western music. They used to be like some of the most desirable cowboy and western music, 45s albums, but it's I'm waiting for the revival. Bob James to David for $30. We may have already tagged that. Make sure David's Hughes Bob James goes in for $30. I may have already laid it out in that pile. So yeah, that was $30. The Weight are men. The Weight is VG, $9.99. Dave Clark 5, American Tour, EX condition, $9.99. Garcia, Jerry Garcia. What's that doing back here? It does have a cover stain. It's a 72 OG Pittman press, $44.99. That's Jerry Garcia, original label, $44.99. Grand Funk, Closer to Home. Grand Funk is $24.99. It has I'm Your Captain, Closer to Home, $24.99. It's a gatefold. It's on the original label. Very clean vinyl. Sherry Darnell said she would give 18 for Three Dog Night. I guess I can lay that right there. That's sold to Sherry for $18. Little Richard, The Real Thing, spelled R-I-L-L. The Real Thing. That's a UK. Little Richard, $29.99. Bruce Springsteen, Darkness on the Edge of Town. Bruce is $19.99. Frank Sinatra sings the select Johnny Mercer. Johnny Mercer, $14.99. Willie Nelson, Family Bible. Willie Nelson is $14.99. And The Beach Boys Love You. The Beach Boys Love You. That's VG Plus, $14.99. Lou Reed Mistrial, EX $32.99. And Lou Reed Rock and Roll Animal. Let's do a quick Lou Reed bundle. I feel like there are Lou Reed albums everywhere back here. Absolutely everywhere. Let's discount these. So cheap you have to buy them. This one's EX for $29.99. This one's EX for $32.99. This is going to be like one of those buy one, get one free. 15 and 15. Half off pretty much on those. A little bit more than half off, like 51% off, 52% off. Both of those for $30. I'm going to lay them right back here if anybody's interested. Jeb, I would love to sell you Crosby, Stills, and Nash for your first purchase, but I guess the main issue is we may be just a little bit too far apart on price. I will take a hit with my emotions and sell this to you for $25 if you're interested. Otherwise, I think I may hold on to it just a little bit longer. I would love to make your first purchase to you tonight, though. I would love to make a first sale to you. I would need $25 for that, though. Foreigner Double Vision, that is $19.99 for Foreigner Double Vision, $15 for CSN. You're talking about this one, right? I will definitely sell that to you for $15. That will not be a problem. Sell that to Jeb, $82 for $15. Now, if that is your first time purchase, Tanner is about to comment and share the link to our website where you can message our page. Nobody wants Lou Reed for $15.15. That's okay. Yes, and anytime you're, please put Jeb82 so we know who you are, because sometimes we're just going to put this under your YouTube name. And then when we go to invoice, we actually need your real name. So please let us know your actual real name. This is a Indian soundtrack from 1963 called Leader, $24.99. They're from the original soundtrack Leader. That was an Indian film from India, $24.99, 1963. Next new comment is Michael Nath. No one made an offer on Willie Nelson. We have Foreigner for $14 to Michael Nath. Kara said she will take before that, or after that, Chris said DV12. What was DV? DV12. Let me figure out what that was first. DV12. I feel like that might be something. But I wanted to do that in order. DV. What was DV? We'll skip that one for now. We'll go ahead and give Kara the Crosby, Stills, and Nash for $25. Okay. Oh, that was Double Vision as well. I don't see it in here because it's already sold. So, Chris, you were second on that one. David Hughes said he will take the two Lou Reeds. Tanner, 15 and 15 on Lou Reed. Catch Bull at 4. Catch Bull at 4. There's another one, $14.99. This one's not in shrink wrap. Very nice copy, $14.99 though. There's another Cat Stevens. Procol Harum is sold, yes. Wow, Animals, Pink Floyd, $59.99, 1977 Terre Haute. It does have some, it's very weird. I remember showing this one before. Somebody put strips of tape on the cover, really for reasons I don't know. It's just random pieces of tape on the cover. They're transparent, but they're still on there. $59.99. It has the original inner sleeve, and of course, I love that album, Pink Floyd Animals, $59.99. The Firesign Theater, $14.99. Here's Larry Williams. Here's Larry Williams. That's in shrink wrap. It is a repress, but it's a vintage repress on specialty. Larry Williams, $29.99. Loudon Rainwright, the third t-shirt. Loudness, $12.99. Stephen Forbert, Streets of This Town. Stephen Forbert is $19.99. Another Firesign Theater. I think we're all bozos on the bus. Let's sell some Firesign Theater for just $5 and $5. Both Firesign Theaters for $10. Who wants these for $10? I've got Firesign Theaters coming out of everywhere. $10 if anybody wants those, 5 and 5. Elvis Costello, Imperial Bedroom. Looks like a nice clean copy of that. $24.99. Firefall, $9.99. This is Luna Sea. Very nice, $9.99. Ken Helplin says he'll take the Firesign Theater. Tanner, those are $5 and $5. Loudness was how much? Loudness Loudness. Loudness? What was Loudness? Let's see here. Not for sure what that was. Todd said he would give 6 for Firefall. Okay, so fire signs go 5 and 5. Firefall 6 to Todd Tipton. Todd Rundgren Todd is $16.99. John Cougar, Nothing Matters and What If It Did? EX $17.99. Jackson Brown, Hold Out. Jackson Brown is $14.99. Wow, George Strait. George Strait is $49.99. George Strait number 7, $49.99. OG George Strait. Most of his stuff is not really in print. Burt Jordan says he'd give 20 for Larry Williams. Sold to Burt Jordan. Anthony Miller says he'll take the Loudon Rainride. Anthony Miller. Anthony, are you a first-time buyer? If so, thank you and welcome. I'm going to sell this to you. It's $12.99. And if you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. Make sure you message our page. We do $7 unlimited shipping. $7. He says, no, it's been a while. Okay, so you have bought from us before. Thank you and welcome back then. Let's see here. Foreigner. This one's turned the wrong way in the next bin. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going next. Foreigner, self-titled, is their debut album, $19.99. It has the original Atlantic inner sleeve. That's a classic. Heard Loudness too, but I think that was the name of the album, not the group. I'm not for sure why I said Loudness. Grover Washington Jr. 12-inch country and pressing. Grover Washington Jr. You're talking about Wine Light. Wine Light is near mint. This is a full album. It's a full album. And like I always say, it has the hit song Just the Two of Us, which has Bill Withers on vocals. Just the Two of Us, Wine Light, Grover Washington Jr. It also has the original inner sleeve. The vinyl's near mint. It's a red electropressing US, $19.99. Michael Nath said he'd give 14 for this Foreigner too. Sell that to Michael Nath for $14 as well. Let me figure out which crate I want to go through next. Boy, this one looks pretty darn good. I see some pretty desirable titles in here and artists. So let's go through that. David said he'd give 10 for this. Let's go ahead and sell that to David Hugh for $10 as well. Maybe he said Loudness instead of Loudness Rainwright. That's maybe what y'all heard. Loudness Rainwright. All right, let's move the cart down. Let me give y'all, now we're down here at the end, let me give you a recap of where we're at in the store. So we're back here in the back going through some vintage bins. Let me turn the camera so y'all can see. They go pretty far down. Right there about where Neil Young is where we started. There's Tanner, and there's some bins we're going through just so you can get an idea. There's Tanner grabbing Grover Washington Jr. We're going to go through this bin with Eric Clapton. On the back side of these are even more. And there's a Ronald Reagan poster I just got back from framing. A couple stray items, some Ozzy puzzles, and new vinyl. Scott Corcoran must have left. I asked him if he was still around. I would show a new vinyl title on sale, but there's never enough time. It would take hours, and by the way, I'm kind of crunched on space over here. Let me move these crates out of the way. It would take hours to go through all these back here. Days and hours and shows after shows. We never get around to any of it, so... All right, let's go through a few of these. I keep looking. I don't really see anything I really need to discount. The most of the wall is Tyler Childers, Overkill, Warrant, Led Zeppelin, Metallica, Alice in Chains, Pink Floyd, and Rush. It's like lots and lots of copies of all those very popular albums we keep in stock. So let me go ahead and show King Crimson because I got a feeling somebody's going to ask about it. We have King Crimson. This is a 69 RCA Music Club pressing, $74.99. A 69 RCA Music Club pressing. Beautiful vinyl, $74.99, and it's got a beautiful cover with it. Where's Mark Fallon at? He needs to buy that. It's a club, but it's a 69 club. Very nice. Okay, we have Jerry Rafferty. This is Night Owl, $19.99. Jerry Rafferty Night Owl, $19.99. Jerry Rafferty at Night Owl. Let me move these away. I'm kind of crunched for space. I'm right up against a display of magazines, so... I'm trying to get situated here. Carly Simon, Come Upstairs, $9.99 for Carly Simon. Men at Work Cargo, $24.99 on MAW, Men at Work. Jethro Tull, this is their debut album, $24.99. Very clean copy, Chrysalis label, gatefold, $24.99. Jethro Tull. This was the Earl Scruggs Review, Country Comfort. Earl Scruggs Review, $14.99. Boz Scaggs hits, including Lowdown and Lido Shuffle, $19.99. Boz Scaggs, very clean vinyl. $19.99. The nylons, one size fits all. The nylons is $14.99. We have Manfred Mann's Earth Band, somewhere in Africa. $14.99 on Manfred Mann's Earth Band. The Fireballs, Come On React. The Fireballs is $14.99. The real Donovan, not the fake Donovan, that's the real one, $14.99. Johnny Cash, The Holy Land, $24.99. This has the lenticular, 3D lenticular slab on the front, I guess is the proper word, $24.99. Kara said $15 on Boz Skaggs. Sell that to Kara Bauer for $15. Also, Jerry Butler's Golden Hits Live. That's in shrink wrap. Jerry Butler, $14.99. Shirley Bassey sings the hit song from Oliver, As Long As He Needs Me and Others. $14.99 for Shirley Bassey. $14.99. Marshall Tucker Band, Tuckerized. $14.99 for Marshall Tucker Band. There's a Billy Joel The Bridge. This one is $14.99. We had one earlier in shrink wrap with Hype for $19.99. This one's still very nice. Original inner sleeve. $14.99. The Earl Scruggs Review Volume 2. That has a promo strip on the front and a gold stamp promo and a white label promo. Earl Scruggs is $19.99. That's all around a promo copy. Richard the 37th, The Agnew and the Ecstasy. Boy, they made a lot of comedy albums on Richard Nixon, didn't they? They really wore him out. $12.99. There's not any comedy albums with JFK. I don't really see any albums making too much fun of Lyndon Johnson either, but there's a lot of Richard Nixon comedy albums. Moth the Hoople, $19.99. I think he did most of it to himself. Moth the Hoople, $19.99. Mahalia Jackson's Greatest Hits, $12.99. Mahalia Jackson's Greatest Hits, that's a Columbia 2i, $12.99. Todd Tipton on Marshall Tucker Band. That's sold to Todd Tipton, $10. Marshall Tucker Band. The Spirit of Hank Williams, $14.99. That's a Hank Williams Sr. compilation. The Spirit of Hank Williams. Brian Hyland, The Joker Went Wild, $9.99 on Brian Hyland. We have Highway 101 for $11.99. Lillian said $7 on Nixon. You got it, $7 on Richard Nixon. We have Earl Slick Band, Razor Sharp, sealed, $19.99. I don't have any Joe Biden vinyl. I used to have Trump and Hillary Clinton picture disc, but I quit showing them because it would cause problems. So I was like, no more recent political records. I'll probably from anything before Clinton, I'll show on vinyl, but anything else, it usually causes major problems in the comments. So no Trump or Hillary or Biden or any records of that nature. The Begatting of the President, Orson Welles, $24.99. Ballads of the Hills and Plains, Hank Williams Jr., 1965 German import, $16.99. Hank Williams Jr., It's a Beautiful Day Today, $11.99. I try to keep politics out of selling records for sure. This is It's a Beautiful Day, and the name of the album is Today. And of course, that's the name of the band, It's a Beautiful Day. $11.99. Elton John, Breaking Hearts. That is sealed, $39.99. A sealed copy of Breaking Hearts, $39.99. In and Out of Focus, sealed, $24.99. And Listomania, soundtrack of the film, this is $21.99. This is mostly sealed, $21.99. When I say mostly sealed, that means it's sealed, but it may have a tear or two in the shrink wrap, but the record has never been removed. The Magic Time, the original soundtrack to The Magic Flute, The Magic Flute, that's also sealed, $16.99. Dwayne Eddy, Twangy Guitar, Silky Strings, that's $9.99. It's a German import. Mickey Newberry, Rusty Tracks, $12.99 for Mickey Newberry. Manfred Mann's Earth Band, Angel Station, $14.99, gold stamp promo. Passport, Infinity Machine, Passport's $14.99. Oak Ridge Boys, Step Out, Oak Ridge Boys in shrink wrap with hype sticker, $14.99. Billy Joel's Songs in the Attic, $14.99. Billy Joel's Songs in the Attic, $14.99. Rick Nelson, Intakes. Rick Nelson's $9.99. Atlanta Rhythm Section, Underdog, $9.99 for Atlantic Rhythm Section. $9.99 on that one. Lillian said she'd also give $7 for It's a Beautiful Day. That's sold to Lily McCurry, also for $7. We have Kylie Kylie Minogue, Enjoy Yourself. And that is from 1990, $64.99. $64.99, around a VG Plus on the vinyl. White Lie, True Confessions. White Lie is sealed, $19.99. Cosmos Factory, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Cosmos Factory. Uh-oh, boy, that's got cracked. That's not good. I bet someone dropped that back here and then didn't tell us about it. Well, that's very unfortunate. Where's the missing piece to it? It's not down in the sleeve. I bet somebody dropped that back here and then didn't tell us about it. Well, that's very unfortunate because this was a very clean, nice record. Boy, that was original label too. And it is gone. You can listen to about, you can't listen to Up Around the Bend and My Baby Left Me. You could listen to, if you started it right there, you could listen to some of it. And you're only missing one song on the other side. Well, that's very nice vinyl too. Very nice jacket and original inner sleeve. So that's unfortunate. If anybody wants that for $5, I will sell it to you. It's a nice jacket and inner sleeve. $5 on CCR. You can listen to about 80% of the album still. Kylie Minogue. Minogue? True Confessions. We have, I need to pull that out too. Cosmos Factory. Simply Red, Men and Women. That is sealed. Sealed with hype sticker, $34.99. Got a piece of vinyl stuck in my finger. Simply Red was sealed with hype sticker. The Box Tops Dimensions, that's in shrink wrap. There's no price tag on it. It's starting to be a sketchy bin. We'll say $14.99 on the Box Tops. The Animals. The Animals with Eric Bird in the beginnings, $14.99. Eric Clapton, VG Plus $24.99. And Eric Clapton, No Reasons to Cry, is VG Plus $24.99. I can tell y'all getting sleepy because every bin I've gone through has been like, the first bin I went through, there was only this much left. And then there was this much left, and this much left, and then this much left, and now there's this much left. Everybody's falling asleep on me. So we're going to probably stop there for tonight. John Porter is going to buy the Animals for $10. Wants the Uncle Sam. This is not Uncle Sam. This is the Beatles live from Sam Houston Coliseum. This is the German unofficial live Beatles VG Plus $29.99. Blame us, not the bins. Yeah, it's not the record's fault. It's always y'all's fault. You should be buying these even if you already have them. Pete said he would give 8 for the Oak Ridge Boys. Pete said 8 for the Oak Ridge Boys. There you are, Scott. I asked earlier where you went because I was like, Scott asked if we was going to put a new record on sale, and we never did. So what's your best price on Kylie? I will do that for, well, $10 off would be $55. So I'd say $55 on that. Let's see. Flip through the Beatles before you go. This is not, that's the only Beatles album in here. Just that one. Just that one on that one. Let's see here. What's the picture of Uncle Sam? Is there an Uncle Sam? Oh, she wasn't talking. I thought you saw Sam and you thought Uncle Sam. That was another comedy record. I think it's another Richard Nixon type deal. Let's see here. Maybe not. It says The Begatting of the President, Orson Welles, and it is from 1956. It is from 1972, so that's probably something else to do with Richard Nixon, but I really don't know. Orson Welles, $24.99. Still have the Sugar Shop. Yes, it's still up there up front. All right, what else did I miss? I said 55 on that. We're not up front where we can go through new vinyl, though. There was only like 5 new LPs tonight, but we're in the back part of the store, so that's why I can't show new vinyl. Lillian said sold on this. Lillian, this was sealed for $24.99. I would do $15 on it, though. I would do $15 on that. Let me see what I've got over here in new LPs. I know we have one title. I think it's an unofficial, but I never did have much luck selling them, so at this point, I guess I would take a loss if anybody wants them. I've got 2 volumes. This is new vinyl. It will be $20 off. It will be $20 off. This is a live, complete Genesis concert. It's an unofficial, but I bought 2 sets and I never did sell them. So we have Genesis in the Windy City. This is volume 1 and this is volume 2. So it's 4 LPs. So imagine like a 4 LP box set, because that's what you're getting. 4 LPs. These were originally $44 and $44.99. So these would be $90. I will do $20 off each set. And so that would be $69.99. $69.99 for Genesis. That's kind of a blowout deal. That's probably less than my cost on those. Okay, next is any Del Amitri, Chad. No Del Amitri. Lillian, if you want to be guiding to the president, let me know if you want that for $15. It is sealed. Could you do $45 on Kylie? David, I'll go ahead and sell that to you for $45. Sell this to David Hugh for $45. The Kylie Manu. Let's see. Any Cream Wheels of Fire. Not that I $29.99. I said I would take $25. Nigel says this is very high quality on the Beatles live. Live, great quality on both shows. Live from Sam Houston Coliseum. That was only VG Plus $29.99. It's got a cool shot of the Beatles on the back and definitely on the front. Butcher cover outtakes. It's Cherry Pie on colored vinyl. Yes, all 3 Warren albums we have are on colored vinyl. Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich, Cherry Pie, and Dog Eat Dog are all limited numbered colored vinyl. Limited numbered colored vinyl on those. Pamela says she'll take the Genesis for $70. So both of those are $69.99, Tanner. $69.99. Price on the album that can't be identified. Which one was that? Oh, she said pass on the album, not price. Pass, okay. What did you offer on this? 7? I'll go look that up. If it's nothing too desirable, I may go ahead and add it to your invoice. But I have a feeling something like that may be around in the bins for a while. So we'll find out, though. Is the stream froze? I'm still here. But Ryan Christie, you asked me about the warrants. The warrants are all sealed, new music on vinyl pressings for $44.99. Does anybody else want that last Genesis bundle for $69.99? $20 off. $20 off in the Windy City. Phil Collins. If there be nothing else, David Polkey says he'll take a Cherry Pie. We've sold several of those tonight. I'm glad somebody brought it up. I'm glad we're back here in the back where we can show them. Let me go over here and grab a couple. But yeah, Cherry Pie. We have Cherry Pie, Dog Eat Dog, and Dirty, Rotten, Filthy, Stinking Rich. They're $44.99. There's Cherry Pie. New and sealed, limited and numbered colored vinyl. Limited numbered colored vinyl. Limited numbered colored vinyl. $44.99. That is sold to David Polkey. Scott says he will take that last Genesis bundle. That's $35 and $35 on those. $35 and $35. You did freeze there for a few minutes. Okay. So my bad. We froze. Hope everybody can still hear me and see me. We sold out the Genesis. I don't think I got any more of those up front either. We sold David Hugh, the Kylie, Craig Johnson. That was our last Genesis bundle. I only had 2 sets of those 2, I think. Let me see what else I got back here. Got those gone. I guess I did have, yeah, I guess that was the only set of that I have. Let's see here. What's the sticker on these? Okay. November. Well, I don't know. I'll do $5 off on these. It's a Pearl Jam. $5 off on Pearl Jam. Lightning Bolt. New and sealed 2LP. $39.99. Lightning Bolt. Pearl Jam. Lightning Bolt. New and sealed. $39.99. I've only got 2 back here. I don't know if I have any more, or I don't know if I do or not. That was a good Kylie deal. That was $20 off sticker. But he was the only one so far that made an offer. When was Cherry Pie released? They're all new music on vinyl pressings, as in those are this year. Cherry Pie originally came out in 91, and then it was only ever repressed like 1 time, maybe twice. This is the newest music on vinyl pressing from 2022 or 2023. So they're new. They're all new. All of our new vinyl is new. It's all new and sealed. It's either 2022 or 2023. on these. I don't think I have any new vinyl that was probably made before 2022 still. All those are sold. All those are sold. Mark, I will pass on the offer on the Credence, but thank you. Let's see here. But yeah, these all came out. Music on Vinyl started making these at the end of last year and then the first of this year. All the cherry pies were either pressed late 2022 or early 2023. Nobody wants Pearl Jam. So sad. Lightning Bolt. Anybody else? We went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, counting the Beatles stuff, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We went through like 13 or 14 bins back here for part 2. That's pretty incredible, but I felt like I was going really fast. So I'm going to do some condensing and where I can put more crates because we got crates of stuff everywhere. And the feeds went awfully quiet. So I think it's time for everybody to call it a night. It's almost midnight. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock Central Time for new arrivals. Adele Amitri. I do not have any Adele Amitri. Yes, I did see that, but I don't have any. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock, John will be here and Paul. Thursdays, we usually have tons of stuff on Thursday. Tons of stuff. $7 in limited shipping. We'll have new there'll be a hot picture for sure of the new Japanese stuff we got. I'm about to go unbox it right now. We got one of our weekly, like, killer shipments of Japanese stuff for tomorrow night. Really good titles. Y'all are going to like those. Those were delivered today from Japan. So we'll have those tomorrow night. New vintage arrivals and we'll have new vinyl. We'll have lots of new vinyl tomorrow. Jason says he'll take a lightning bolt. That is sold. Any news on the invoicing? I'm not for sure what you mean by that. If you have bought something last week, you've already got an invoice. If you bought something last week, you already got an invoice for sure. Jason Fornerat, you're going to get a lightning bolt for $39.99. I've got one left for sure if anybody else wants one. And with that, I'm going to start working on stuff for tomorrow night's sale. All right. So thanks, everybody. If you have any questions, just send us a message on Facebook or email us. Thank you, and see you tomorrow night. I really appreciate it, as always.